Little Kim.
What'd she do?
She took her panties off while performing and threw them into the crowd.
You wouldn't catch it?
Nobody want that shit.
You wouldn't catch that?
Hell no.
All right, let me ask a question before we go to break. You wouldn't send it?
Nah, no way.
So you would
No
you would
way.
let it land on the floor?
I would dodge it.
Did you dodge it like she dodged it?
Was it the 5 Ds?
Yo, Beth, that shit crazy.
On a Saturday! It's All Even with your boy Barry Grant. You can catch me on Instagram and Twitter at All Even Podcast. You can listen to the show on Podbeam as well as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify. I'm all over the place. Trust me, go to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, like, share, and comment. Tell a friend to tell a friend because the page is growing. Also, go to TikTok. I like to always put that in there as well. You know, the TikTokers, they like to leave dirty comments, mean comments. I like it. Keep them coming. I don't care. As long as you comment. Klaw!
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Fantastic.
How you feeling?
Fucking wonderful.
You look good.
Do I, though?
Yeah.
Great.
You have this Chuck Norris look to you today. This badass. You know?
Hiya.
Yeah.
Like Walker.
Yeah, exactly. You got the, yeah.
Now, like, which walk? Like what? Like Walker?
Walker
Chuck
Texas
Norris?
Ranger.
Or
Yeah.
like the first Chuck Norris, like with the Adidas kicking ass?
Nah.
Nah, like
Nah,
Walker
yeah,
when he
yeah.
was whooping ass. Like, I'm going to
Okay.
give you so many lefts, you're going to be
Yeah.
begging for a right.
Not Bowflex.
Oh, yeah, all right, cool. Not like dodgeball Chuck Norris.
No. We talking about Delta Force Chuck
Delta
Norris.
Fires.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm with that.
That's the guy. You know what I mean?
Hey, you.
So, yeah.
yeah.
Lynx was in the building. What's going on, man? How you doing? I'm glad you pulled up finally.
I'm good.
Oh, yeah.
Happy to be here.
Yeah, we had some off-pod conversations. I don't like it. I already don't like your presence here because the campaign that you spilling. I don't like it. I
just speak facts.
Yeah, okay. That's fine. I love you, though. You know, you're my man. Look who's back. Listen, it's been fantastic for the last few weeks. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been here alone. I've been doing the show. Don't have to hear no voices, no people talking no crazy stuff in my ear, no Eric Adams shots. I don't hear none of that stuff. But look who's back. Fang! Hey! What's up, man?
I'm happy to be here.
Are you?
Ecstatic.
How are you? How you been?
Magnificent. My knee hurts, but I wasn't on them.
But you old.
Oh,
I don't know. See, the fact that you put that as a disclaimer, now I have to worry about it.
I'm trying to word this the right way. I do get on my knees every now and then.
That's what I'm saying. So like, all right. So does your wife stand up and you get on your knees? Do you do that?
It all depends on what we're doing. She's being,
Yo,
yeah.
you a dirty motherfucker. Man. I
It all
swear to
depends.
God. I really do. Shouts to you, man. But listen, you are back. Welcome. We missed you. Blame Nicole because she did a snap and like she did a snap like 4 weeks ago and everything has like changed. It's been 6 weeks of hell and we can blame Nicole for that. She went on
Wow.
vacation and everything went to
Yes,
shit.
that's what happened.
Yeah.
When Nicole went on vacation, everything changed.
Yeah.
Fuck
everything was
this whole shit up.
Yep.
Look at me.
The Silent Assassin is here. How you doing? Yeah. How was your week? I hope it was better than last week. Cause man, yo, listen, you came in here last week looking like you had 9 fights,
Yo, you,
right? Stumbling and bumbling all over the place.
You was
I was
dragging
worried.
ass,
I was
bro.
worried about her.
Yo,
Yeah?
she was taking like 2-3 minutes just to change the
Yeah.
cameras. Like one fan.
Yo, the thing is, like
shit.
normally, right? Normally she'll come down here and I'll ask her, hey, you want some food? You want drink? Oh, no, I got my drink here. I'm good. I got my water. Yo, as soon as she saw the alcoholic beverage, she said, that's what I want today. I'm taking that. Didn't even ask. Just took it, right?
Me.
So that's how I knew it was up. But listen, like to see that you're back to normal. You know, we was worried about you. I didn't really care
I think
for
she
about
should
2
just
hours.
like shave one side of her head.
No. No.
That'd be dope.
No, she doesn't want to.
Shave one
She doesn't
side.
want to give off lesbian
Like, get a
vibes.
design in it or something.
She doesn't want to give off lesbian vibes. Okay,
Well, we don't know.
stop it. Okay, stop.
Technically, we don't know.
She has debunked those rumors months ago. You need to relax.
Yes. So did Dwight Howard.
He hasn't. No. He has not. He has not denied it. Or did he deny it? Did he? No. Yeah, he hasn't denied it.
He just was saying money.
Right. Oh, whoever I put my listen, we talked about it last week. I don't want to talk about Dwight no more. I spent a lot of time trying to debunk that. But yo, straight Oz. That's who he is. Well, we got a guest in the building. I've known this guy for quite some time. We used to play basketball together. Thought he was nice. You know what I'm saying? Nah, he can ball though. But he wears a lot of hats, man. We're talking about artist, father, owner, just humanitarian. Man is a philanthropist. Like all of these things, bump shoulders with Eric Adams. Like, bro, it's just, he's an important person. He likes to dumb it down a little bit, but he's that guy. Welcome to the show, my man.
I appreciate it.
What's up, Julian?
Your check's in the mail for the intro.
Listen, I know. That was a nice intro. That was nice.
Humanitarian.
Yeah.
Nah, I appreciate it. And let's keep it 100. I'm the reason why I let it fly.
Oh,
I ain't even finished. Shout out to Klaw too. I'm the reason why I let it fly. Won 2 more games than the previous year. I came on, so come on.
I mean, but listen, if Klaw has anything to say about it, Klaw can say that he was a part of the only Let It Fly championship team.
Okay.
What was that? The word you used? Let it fly. Right before Let It Fly was it begins with O. Only. My boy, don't do that. You heard?
Well, no. Shout out to y'all. But that was when there was 4 teams. It was only 4
There you go, throw shots? That's crazy.
That's like when they talk about Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying?
When's the last time you been to the playoff?
Yo, listen. Right, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. We as old as we are right now, we're gonna get one more season. We gotta get one more season. Why not? Come on, man. One more season.
You see the man's ankles?
You see me out here, baby.
In fact, you sprain ankles just walking now.
Yo, my body different, B.
Game different. But nah, shout out to you. And I was telling you before the show started, but told you, man, I still got to give you your flowers on the show.
Okay.
So proud of you. Keeping going with the podcast.
Thanks,
You've already been dope, but the fact that you kept going and what people might not know. Some of your first episodes, at least on camera.
Oh, 100%. We definitely got to talk about that. Like my first 2, in-person interviews was at his spot in Brooklyn. And, had a lot of fun, man. It was great times. Shouts to G Money. DJ G Money was my first guest. Shouts to my man Serge, assistant coach for the Hofstra basketball team over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get him back on the pod, sometime, because he loves to talk nonsense.
Yeah, shout out.
He loves to say, "Yo, are we off record?" Because he likes to say that, so he can be able to really divulge. But shouts to them, man. But yeah, it's great to have you here finally.
For sure.
We have a lot to talk about, lots to get into in regards to what you're dealing with right now, you know what I'm saying? All the opportunities and things that you're dealing with. So we want to talk about that and dive into that.
Right.
And we also want to talk about Thursday night football. That game was but the Steelers find ways to impress you, right? They do find ways to win games. Jets watch. Klaw, you ready for that?
Fantastically.
Absolutely.
Happy. Yeah, I am.
Josh McDaniels got the boot.
Thank God.
And it's about damn time for that. The Olympics, 2028, LA. Something's going down in regards to the Olympics and Patrick Mahomes, and I want to discuss that. Magic Johnson, officially a billionaire. Officially. So we want to talk about that. Bobby Knight, the great Bobby Knight passed. So, I want to, give him his flowers as well. James Harden got traded. And, man, his first initial press conference was something else. James Harden is going to be who he is, and I can't wait to talk about that. What do I call him, Fang?
Who, Harden?
Yeah.
kept wife.
Yes. Yes. Like to talk about him and discuss all the other things that are Clipper related because I have a nice segment that I'd like to discuss. There's gonna be other NBA topics that come up. I think, we'll talk about some Lakers, we'll talk about some wembanyama, some other stuff will come up. World Series, the Rangers won their first World Series, but I don't want to discuss that. I don't care about that shit. There's other stuff about that particular, achievement that I like to discuss. My irrelevant news of the week. And then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Before I get into all of that stuff, though, my guest,
Sir.
my man, D-JULIEN, I'd like to discuss certain things of your career. You were an artist, very successful artist.
Think so?
Yeah, I think you were very talented, man. Very
Appreciate that,
talented. Shouts to Buzz.
Absolutely.
Hooked you up with a lot of good content, a lot of good beats. But
Absolutely.
when you got into Muve Media, like how did Muve Media start?
So I want to say shout out to Docs.
Yes, shout
right?
out to Docs.
'Cause I don't think like he's not. Well, he just started getting in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And, doing podcasts and things of that nature. But that's my brother. Not blood related, but we can be
Absolutely,
closer.
absolutely.
So 'cause I want to say so that's like Doc's baby, right? So I think with any good team, as long as we stick to what we do great, we could work. So I think Doc's he's phenomenal at services and obviously as far as being an engineer,
Yeah.
photographer, all of that stuff. And me, I'm more like, well, I could do those things, not as well as he can, and I don't have the patience to do it like he does it as well. But I think where I come in is just nurturing client relationship, marketing, the operations of it, right? So when we put those two things together, you got something really great.
Absolutely.
And I think, the way me and Docs met, first off, he was an artist as well. I mean, we still artists. Like,
Yeah.
Once you're an artist, Klaw, just because it's just different now. Like, I think our goals as artists was a lot different.
Different
back then when we
opportunities,
met.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we both, our goals were different as
Right.
artists back then. Right. So we met at a show. His lady at the time had saw me performing. I had performed before him. And then she was like, yo, you might want to link up with this dude. He dope too. So he reached out to me and we formed a relationship musically. And then that just kind of spawned into, a 12, 13-year friendship.
Wow.
That obviously led into business. And,
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what that is. And obviously us being artists and being immersed in that world, the recording studio part of it is kind of second nature. But I really want to give Docs his flowers because, he don't get it enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and he not a guy that's gonna kind of ask for it or
Yeah, he's not a me type of person. You know what I
he's
mean?
not like that. So every chance I get, I want to make sure I highlight him and speak about his importance to Muve Media and even my development too.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I saw that you guys had the project The Fly, right?
Right.
How did that come up? How did that come about? And how is that in regards to going? Is there more things on the horizon?
Yeah, there was a few more episodes shot. Docs, he had this idea like a couple years back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I thought it was crazy. I thought it was like, man, what we talking about
Right.
now? You know what I'm saying? I thought he was high and just kind of bringing me an idea. You know what I mean? I'm like, but one thing about Docs is, he'll say things, but he's one of those people that you better believe what he's saying because it's gonna happen. Like he's gonna make it happen. That's one of the attributes I really admire about him. Right. So, shout out to Funny Julius, who's the main character in it right now, and shout out to Rita, who is family as well, and she's screenwriter and helped with writing and shot the first couple episodes in Harlem. Shout out to Max using his Airbnb. I mean, just kind of utilizing the network.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just another, because, Muve Media, while we do services, we also produce content.
Right.
Right. So, because I think a lot of times people want to see before they book with you, like what you could create on your own. So, like, for example, if you're a producer early on and you're trying to get rappers to get on your beats, you might have to put out an album where you're rapping on it,
right?
Just so they can hear, like,
just to get some references out there.
Yeah. So this is just another bag where it's like, yo, we could do this too. So yeah, so the flies is just a funny type of thing, and you might see me acting as well.
Okay,
you know what I mean, yeah. Did I give away? I don't know if I. You might see me acting.
Look, man, I need to see that because if you act the way you play ball, I don't know.
Oh, well, let's get into that. Because, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, for me, I felt like Klaw. What's up? I felt like I was top 3 on the team.
Nah, you was.
Yeah, it's been a while since the flat top.
I got the flat top on. It's just the hat is on.
Oh, I didn't know that was a staple.
Nah.
Flat top is a staple. Flat top.
I didn't know.
Yeah. My left hand is a little bit better than Jalen's. See, he don't have a flat top no more.
He ain't got no left.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Listen, how you get to the league and don't have no left hand?
Hey.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
Man's 200 mil up, no left.
Never had to.
You don't need
that's
it.
crazy.
You don't need it.
Listen, that's a skill.
You don't need it, man. You still playing ball? I know you had
Hell no.
Yeah, I know you had
Hell no.
Yeah, I know you had that injury.
Man, listen, the knee good now.
Oh, it's good.
I'm just not willing to play no more. I'm good. Like I'm all right, man.
Nah, I still play. I mean, every Wednesday or every other Wednesday I try to play.
That's what's up.
And just obviously I ain't trying to make the league.
Yeah.
But it's just to stay active. And
are you though? Are you not trying though?
Nah, I ain't trying to make the league.
You know what's crazy? Let me tell you a story about why I stopped playing basketball actively. So I started to ramp up again. Like I got my Stone Cold Steve Austin knee brace.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I got all my gear ready to roll, right? So my man hit me. He's like, yo, bro, we got open gyms every Thursday. Pull up.
That.
Huh?
Wasn't I coming to that? I remember that.
Nah, there's some other joint.
One?
Yeah,
Okay.
some other joint. So he's like, yeah, pull up, man. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna pull up. You know what I mean? So got my knee brace, I'm ready. Got my new sneakers and all that. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I haven't played ball in a while, right? So we playing the game now. Game is competitive. They got some hoopers out there, right? So I'm not really seeing the rock like that, but I'm all right. Like I'm just I'm getting a run. You know what I mean? Like I'm out there seeing how I could be able to move laterally, play defense,
right.
whatever I could do, right? So I must have took about maybe 3 shots the whole game, right? So I get the ball on a swing. So this is when it was over for me. This is the moment, right? This is like the light bulb moment. When the dude said to me on the other team, "That's what we want." That was it for me. That's it for me. When a dude says that on the other team, that's how you know you need to stop playing basketball for that period. Because he was like, yo, we need him shooting. Because he's that bad.
Damn.
Yo, once I heard that, I chuckled and I ain't taking another shot for the rest of the game. That was it. I'm done. I'm done. Listen, I played some great basketball in my life. I've met some great people playing basketball. I'm 38 years old. I don't need to hoop no more.
So you retired?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Retired, so you done.
I think I'm done.
Okay.
I think I'm done. Like, if it's just, fucking around with the homies, okay, cool. But like in regards to like tournaments or even if you going to the park, right? I hate when you in the park and you just shooting around with your fellas. And then all of a sudden somebody come out here.
You try to run.
Want to get game? You got one. I'm just shooting here, bruh. There's 3 people here. I don't want to play. I just want to shoot. I don't like that. That's why I don't go to the park no more.
Listen, sidebar. If you're ever doing any films and you need a stunt man, you're a guy.
That's you?
I'm your guy.
Got you.
What do you need, stuntman? He's like 5'3".
Yeah,
what type of stuntman?
What does that mean?
They don't have stuntmen that are 5'3".
What?
They don't.
That sounds
stunt.
That sounds bogus.
Right.
That sounds crazy.
That's what they have.
Like, no, stuntmen do what other people aren't willing to do.
Yeah, but they need, like, if the actor is 6'3", you can't be a stuntman.
Well, you see what they did.
They got lifts.
You see what
They
they
do
did
have
to Michael
lifts.
Jordan's mom.
Yo, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Oh, man.
Movie trick right there.
Yeah.
But nah, definitely still balling, and but not trying to. The goal is different even with that, and just trying to get back now.
Yeah.
With the ball.
Yeah, just staying in shape
to
you know
the
what I
next
mean?
generation.
Right,
now.
right.
You know what I mean? And
so speak about that in regards to what you're doing with the kids.
Yeah. So for me, so most people associate me, if you know me from a while back, associate me with music and being an artist and things of that nature. And a lot of times you kind of psych yourself out and think that, yo, maybe I am just that. You know what I'm saying? And obviously not doing it or not putting out music for a little while. Still creating, things of that nature, but not putting out music for a little while and that void of like feeling fulfilled. Cause that's what releasing Klaw, you could attest to this. Like that's part of it.
Yeah.
Like the fulfillment that you feel or living in your purpose.
Yeah.
Or
a
that
sense
energy,
of gratification.
Yeah, that energy you get back. I remember one time I had put out a record. I had an album called Ready for Tomorrow, and I put out a record called 60 Minutes. My music is like real introspective, real vulnerable. And I had a guy, he reached out to me and he said his girl just got diagnosed with, or they just found out she had cancer.
Wow.
He listened to 60 Minutes and he was just thanking me. He was like, yo, we feel better about approaching this situation now after listening to the song. So that type of fulfillment and purpose is, there was a void there when I wasn't doing it for a little while. But I feel that now, like that same level of purpose or fulfillment now with the kids. For me, it's like just growing up. Now that I'm a parent myself, I respect and I understand, and I have so much more gratitude for the things that my parents made happen. Because as kids, we just think, oh yeah, I want to go to a ball camp. My parents let me go to the ball camp.
Exactly.
You don't really think about
what it takes to get
sacrifice,
there.
right?
Yeah.
So for me, at least for the basketball part of it, man, I just wanted kids to get in a great environment for free, right? This go around, this was our second year doing it. This go around, we did a 10-week basketball program. Everything free, jerseys, they got trophies, right? Coaching with skills and development, but we also had a tournament aspect to it. Shout out to BCNY as well for obviously sponsoring that and always supporting my ideas, right? Because we got to get funding for it in order for it to be free for the kids. So, that's everything for me, man. Like, and just the parents coming up to me like, yo, I really appreciate this. We couldn't afford any big camp.
Yeah.
You know
and
what I mean?
please give the name so the listeners and the viewers, know exactly.
Nah, it was just, so it was a 3-on-3 basketball league. Yeah. Right. And we see the rise with 3-on-3 tournaments. Right. And obviously in the Olympics now and things of that nature. Anybody that's interested in actually joining on the next go around, make sure you hit me up, djulienmusic@gmail.com, or on Instagram, djulien718. Really, and I could probably even get into what we're doing with the kids for the engineering and production program as well. But as far as the basketball, like these are things that I'm passionate about. Yeah. Like it's not just me pulling things out of the air like, oh, I want to do this with the kids. Nah, I remember like it cost like $1,500 to go to a Knicks camp at Basketball City for 5 days.
Oh yeah, listen, I remember being out there, hustling for uniforms. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
it's tough, man. Like for these parents, so like, and a lot of the kids that came to it look like me and you, right? And we open to everybody, but I love seeing that. Absolutely, and I love hearing from the parents. Man, we needed something for him to do. He loves basketball. We couldn't really afford anything substantial. This is great. And this is not some rinky-dink tournament. Right. It's not some rinky-dink league. Like, this is official. Yeah. So just kind of living vicariously through those kids and, still keeping the passion of ball alive. And every now and then, they act up. I got to get out on the court and, you know what I'm saying, and actually play. That
slow-ass crossover, man. You ain't beating nobody with that slow-ass crossover, man.
I know we low on time, but I had something. And this is from back when we used to hoop on Wednesdays or Thursdays. Right. There's one time we was playing. I think it was with
me and you.
We was going against each other. Pause. And
I dropped you.
You tried to drop me. You tried to.
I remember.
But you pushed me, bro.
Hold on.
Oh, he gave me the Byron Russell.
You pushed off.
He gave him the Byron Russell.
Because you keep it real. My defense is elite though.
In the words of Low Deluxe, I kept the files. I got the files. So we, I don't know if you do post-production.
I need that. Make sure you
bring
send
that
it.
up because I seen that.
I need to see it.
My man hit me in the face. I was like, "What you doing? You supposed to be my man." And then I blocked you on IG. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's why it looked like you don't got no posts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Man, I went to his page.
Yeah,
It's
blink.
Me. Okay.
Oh my
Blink.
goodness.
I get
Look,
it.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, but it gotta be.
no, go ahead, finish.
No, I was just gonna say, man, like, I did drop you. Cause I heard a little grunt after. I heard a little grunt after
old
I
shit.
dropped you.
Yeah.
But but all seriousness, man, like, those are the things that, make me real happy these days.
Nah,
You know what I'm
salute,
saying? Like
salute.
the ball program. Now we doing the audio. Actually, it's tomorrow. So on Saturdays.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Okay. Yep,
We're gonna get into that after the break.
Yo, it's your man DJ G Money for that Flip the Script podcast. You see it? We in the studio right now. Flip, shut up. Yeah. Oh, listen. Shout out to the All Even podcast. My man Barry Grant Jr. What's up, man? What happened? What you want to say to the people?
Shout out somebody else's podcast.
Yeah, my nigga the joint. What's up?
All even.
All Even podcast.
Yo, it ain't even up here, boy. We put this go something. All even. Yo, oh my God. What's up with you, man? Now that's a shout out. You keeping this?
Yeah, keep all that. You want to jump
All
in the
Even
camera?
podcast, right?
Yeah, All
Shout out
Even.
to All Even podcast, right? All Even. That's your man.
My man.
All right, shout out to All Even podcast. You cool?
100%. He cool. Is he cool? Let me see. Is he cool?
Yeah. What is it, G? Oh, shout out, G.
Welcome back, y'all. So we were talking about the kids, talking about how, you basketball program, the 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about, other things in regards to teaching them engineering skills and all these other things. So, divulge
Yeah,
into that.
I just think it's important for at this point, that's what it's about for me. Like, giving the knowledge. So as far as the audio engineering, it's a passion project for me. Like it's more than just a thing to do.
Right.
Obviously, me being an artist, I remember when I was these kids' age and I was coming out of high school, and I was like, man, I'm rapping, but I'm getting my beats from other people. I'm paying for studio time. Back then it was like 30 an hour, but that's still a lot when I'm back in high school. So I was like, man, I want to learn how to make my own beats. I want to learn how to engineer for myself. So after high school, I went to IAR, Institute of Audio Research. I don't know if it's still there now.
Yeah, is IAR still around? It is?
Still around. But I went there just to check it out and
Right.
See if I could be a part of it. But the price was crazy. You know what I mean? So I couldn't do that. So I had to kind of just learn, just like how a lot of people are learning today,
Right.
like just on the fly, get in studio sessions, try to link with engineers and, learn with them. So I ain't want no kid feeling like how I felt. You know what I mean? Like, yo, we want to do this, but we can't afford it. I forgot how much it cost back then, but I'm telling you, it was something that it was egregious to me at the
Right.
time. I was like, oh, so similar to the basketball thing, which is another passion of mine. What we doing is this year is 7 weeks. Last year was 10 weeks. And shout out to BCNY again. They're sponsoring this. They always supporting the ideas. So this year, 7 weeks, they learning audio engineering for 2 hours, and then the other 2 hours they swap. They learning audio production. We got 14 kids in the class this year.
Wow.
And then, the goal is to make them self-sufficient, right? If you're an artist, we teaching them kind of the business aspect of it and how important it is. If you can do all of those things on your own, how much money you saving too.
Absolutely.
Right. But you do got to be you got to be great at all of them. You don't just want to do all of them just because you could do them.
Right.
You want to be elite at them, and just teaching them there's more careers in audio engineering, and everybody think music.
Right.
But there's so much other things that you could do. And yeah, just, them getting that game now and hopefully applying that to their journey. That's a fulfilling thing for me.
Yeah, I think it's more, for the kids, man. I think it's more, it has to be more knowledge based. Like, give them the information so they're aware that there's other things out there for them. Like when we were growing up, we didn't get a lot of information. Like there was not a lot of information for anything, like for basketball, for engineering, for just life. Like if we would have known all the things that we know now, like you know what I'm saying, like things would be a lot different.
When we were growing up, we also didn't have like YouTube and the social.
Yeah, that's what I'm
media.
saying. Like there's a lot more of the information highway available to them now. You know what I'm saying?
Because I'll be honest with you, like when I started like producing music and stuff like that, it was like in my later years, like I say 17ish, 18 maybe.
Right.
And right around that time is like when all that, you know, YouTube and all that stuff started coming around, to where like I personally, like I know people who went to like IAR and stuff like that, and then it was a point where I was still telling them, oh well, you can do this that way and this that way and that way, to where I personally don't think like a audio engineering school is really worth it at this point.
So I agree with that. I don't want to discourage anybody from going, but I agree with that. Me personally, I learned so much more being in studios and like, being hands-on, you know, watching, you know, producers do what they do and watching engineers do what they do, taking the initiative to learn. So matter of fact, even at Muve Media, when we hired engineers, there's a difference between an engineer who's school taught and an engineer who's had experience in the studio, and you know, it's just certain.
It's a different
they
feel.
Go off a feeling.
They go
it's a different
off
feel, right? Exactly.
And
It's a
sometimes
different.
that's
We actually had that same
and
conversation.
feeling is better than in regards to being like technically sound
Absolutely.
in regards to being an engineer.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Like I've had records that I worked on that I went to the guy who did such and such with such and such.
Yeah.
And the record was done already, and I'm like, yo, I just want you to master it.
Right.
And he did it to the point where it's technically what you're supposed to do, but it's so clean that it sounds like shit.
Right.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying?
Too.
Like you followed all with the rule books and the this and that.
It's the default mastering.
Right.
Instead of listening to what the actual track needs.
It's a feel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's equivalent, and this is like one of the things. If you could watch it on YouTube too, it's when Kanye goes to Timbaland to fix Stronger, and Stronger was already rocking, it was already rolling, but he was still saying, "Yo, this is not hitting enough."
Right.
And he was like, "Oh nah, cause you're not doing this." And Timbaland just 2 seconds, doom, and that shit made it sound like a whole nother movie.
You know, this was like
it's feel
like when you go like textbook, they'll tell you like, oh, you know, compress this or compress that. When certain things don't necessarily need to be compressed.
Exactly.
You know,
but those are things that you could learn on the scene,
in
a
the scene.
session, like touch yourself in a session, like, you know what I mean? So putting them in live sessions, putting them in the actual studio, and you know, teaching them about the software, the hardware, and it's been beneficial to a lot of these kids, man.
Right. Nah, listen, salutes to you, man, because you know the kids need guidance, they need knowledge, they need mentors out there, because you know some of these kids are they out there with they got a paddle with no rowboat. You know what I'm saying? Like going upstream. So it's like, you know, for them to have somewhere where they can be able to hone their skills and learn new things and be able to kind of like prepare themselves for the future, being well-rounded, right? Because like that's where you have to be now as a young adult. You have to be well-rounded in a lot of things, in a myriad of skills to be able to succeed.
I hate these new young adults. I hate them with a passion.
You sound like the old people that when we was kids, man.
But I honestly think it's gotten worse. Like all these kids walking around with a shiesty mask on and sag their pants and wear hoodies in the summer. Like, come on, bro.
And no deodorant.
No deodorant.
Right.
But I mean, you know, where they learning that from, right?
Yeah.
It's whatever's being pumped out there. So you know, if their eyes are open to different shit, then maybe they'll be like, you know what, I don't think that's the way no more. I think I need to go this way. I need to think a little bit more.
A new generation is,
and I'm not lying. Like I'm not just saying this. I've seen noticeable differences in these kids character wise.
Right.
From both the basketball program and audio engineering, from the first week to the last week, and I think you know, a lot of that is attributed to, you know, just being consistent with them, and it's not just the program. I do check in with their parents. I do check in with them. It's not just something where you come to the program and then we just don't have any communication. In fact, this year we brought back a couple of the kids that were kind of excelling last year that I felt like, you know, they could benefit from having a few more classes. And we're going to put them with actual clients this year and stuff like that. But yeah, and we do, you know, it's not just the kids, man. Like it's just about sharing the knowledge, sharing the information. I did something with, I partnered up with Chase in the Department of Finance we did a seminar in Brooklyn about credit. Me and you we was talking off the pod about the importance of life insurance.
Right.
But we did something for the adults and young adults about credit, the importance of saving up for retirement right now. Like it's never too early. I mean, it's never too early or too late to start. That was a real cool seminar. So those are the things that kind of make me feel whole. I just, you know, I wish people took more advantage of these resources, and but you know, got to start somewhere.
Absolutely, you gotta do your part.
With you, like me, like a personal, like me, just where I feel it's rough. Yeah. We're in like hard times to where, through inflation and like even the housing market, it costs so much to live that it's so hard for people to save. It's so hard for people to put money away for retirement, right? Because everyone's living such like
because nobody's thinking about 20 years down the road because they worried about the next meal, they worried about the next bill to pay, they worried. You know what I mean, so it's
a rough time.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
Yeah. No, I empathize with that too.
Yeah,
you know. That's
but listen, you know, you have to try to do your part.
Yeah,
and what you're doing is your part. Like you're trying to help these young kids see the bigger picture and give them the skills that they need to be able to, you know, be successful adults. So, you know, shouts to you for that, man. You're doing the Lord's work. So, you know,
great job. Great job.
Oh, that is slow.
You gonna slow clap him? You gonna don't do that?
I want to see the footage. I don't care. All that great. You know what I'm saying? Save the world.
See the footage.
Let me see the footage, B, because you pushed me, B.
Oh, you talking about your book? Okay, yeah. And shout out to the team.
It's a nice jacket too, bro.
Because it's not just me, right? I always want to shout out the team.
Of course.
Shout out Mahmoud. Shout out, you know, as I said, Docs before. Shout out Eric Skyloft. You know, BCNY, of course. So it's it's a lot of people that have a helping hand in this.
Absolutely. Yep. Shouts to them, man. Like y'all doing phenomenal, and just keep it up, man. Yes, I love to, you know, at some point, you know, I'm gonna take the All Even podcast on the road, and you know, I wanna do a vlog with you, you know, in session with what you're doing. So we would love to get that done.
Absolutely.
So you know, we'll set that up down the road.
Thanks.
But like I said, shouts to you, D. You doing your thing, man. You know, you're my guy, and
yes, sir.
You're doing some inspirational stuff. Not like Fang over here.
What do you mean?
He likes to put holes in sheets.
Yeah.
Bro, we still on that?
You did it.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Did you
relax? Right.
I caught myself.
You know what? I like that. That's called decorum. That's what that's called. I like that. He's learning. He's learning.
I could have just said it and let you bleep it out.
No.
Yo, listen. Let's let the world know. Let's let the cat out the bag. He went to 6 weeks of media training.
He did.
And this is what it really was.
Sensitivity training.
Sensitivity training. And you know, it's working, and everything's gonna be for the better.
He has a miserable look on his face because he realizes that he's been
Can I ask one question?
Yes.
Who's a better producer, Klaw or you?
That's interesting.
Who do y'all think is a better,
Right, between the two of y'all.
Yeah, between the two of y'all.
What would you say?
Who's a better producer? It seemed like there's no definitive answer here.
There's a mutual respect.
I think there's definitely a mutual respect. We work a lot together.
Okay.
Ironically, but really and truly, it's two different ways of production.
Right.
That's two different styles. I'm not. I don't know. I keep it real. I don't count bars.
Right.
Never counted bars. I took a music theory in class and I failed it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But granted, I've had a success with this. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Whereas if I can get with him and he knows certain key structure, he knows patterns, he knows how to fill a beat a certain type of way, it works it out. You know what I'm saying? And I think the real thing when you're working with people and even just in your own style is having a style that is not textbook, as we all just recently pretty much stated, but more so having a feel that's adaptive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we could work together and create something that's gonna. Oh, he'll have a vibe, and I'm like, you know what? I'm down to try this vibe because hey, what do I know? I don't know everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I leave the ego aside every time. And we continue to build rapport, and then eventually by doing that, you create a sound. Yeah, and I think that's all this shit is really about.
Yeah, I think the both of them they have a nice partnership in regards to harmony. They come together well. Pause.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
because it's so much. A lot of people shun the co-producer culture, and I don't. I feel like whatever it takes to make the record.
Yeah, it's needed. It's needed. Like,
you know what I'm talking about.
Listen,
like,
collaboration is important in everything.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people always like to take full credit for things, but you need help along the way. Like, people, there's going to be help in carving out whatever niche you have. You need help to do that. Whether it's a team, whether it's somebody that's mentoring you, or just helping you be able to put the situation or the process together. Like, collaboration is super important, and they're really good at that.
It's sort of like, all right, like you take an artist who may work with this producer, work with that producer, work with this producer, and you're gonna get a different sound out of every producer, whether it's the way they mix or the way they format or whatever it may be, or like everyone has their own vibe. Right. So like Klaw could sit down with you and make one, and you guys could come up with one thing. He sits down with me, we come up with something completely different. Yeah. Like, me personally, like, I try to take all of the mathematics and everything out of it and do everything by feel. Although I do know and understand how everything works, I make it work for me. Dope.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'll tell you what my strategy is, because these guys are so good. Yeah. So what I do is I study them, I watch them, sit down and I ask questions. And then when they leave the room, I take my flash drive and I steal their shit and go ahead and use it for my own stuff.
So let's make a deal. Whatever you steal next time. Yeah. If you give that to me, I'll put a record.
Hey! You see what I'm saying? That's what we call that's what we call collaboration.
I got a name for you. I think I got a good name for your next project.
What's that?
The Push Off.
Jordan Game 6.
Yeah. The Byron Russell.
Hold it up.
Oh my goodness! Listen. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah. We always start the pod, and obviously we went into D-JULIEN's, what he's doing right now currently and all the success that he's having with the kids, and shouts to him. But I always like to start the pod off with a off sports topic. Now, here it is. It's very odd, but it's something that came across my desk kind of minutes before we got down here to start doing this. Have you ever heard of anybody going to the airport and using the wheelchair service when they are not wheelchair bound or needed?
Oh yeah, I've done it numerous times.
So you've done it numerous times. Okay, so you're a repeat offender. So I need to hear the story.
No shame too.
What do you mean? You just go in there, say you need a wheelchair. What used to push me in a wheelchair?
All right, so here's my thing. The reason why it's shocking to me is because I had a friend. They have a flight, so they're going to the airport. They got the wheelchair. They don't need it, but they got the wheelchair because you can be able to get to the gate quick. Now, this person wanted to have food and drinks before the actual flight because they got there early. The motherfucker wheeled them to the gate and passed all of that shit, right? So now the person is like, yo, I'm at the gate. I'm hungry as hell, and I'd like to have a nice alcoholic beverage, but I don't want to get up out of this wheelchair because they going to look at me crazy. Like, why would you even take that risk? No. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't do that.
You got to be smart about it.
Well, how you smart about it?
Because for one, they have designated people that are supposed to wheel you around.
Right.
So you give them a tip, and you tell them, "Hey, listen, you mind taking me?" Like, and they look out for you in most cases.
So you can be the guy to be like, "All right, wheel me into the bar."
Yeah.
I got you. What you want?
Wheel me into the bar? Nah, that sounds crazy. You supposed to be disabled. You want to go to the bar?
Yo, when Lieutenant Dan
Lieutenant Dan
cashed
was
out,
finished.
when he cashed out on Apple,
Right.
do you think he was wheeling
He
himself?
had those new legs though.
Huh?
He had those new legs.
Magic legs.
But he
Yes.
didn't have to use them if he didn't want to.
But let's
bro.
talk about Lieutenant Dan before that.
Yo, he was in the bar sad. bro.
Right. New Year's.
He had some joints,
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
but he was
like
still
that.
sad.
but they taste like cigarettes. But you know, on
But
that
yeah.
same topic,
Yes.
I've been asking myself this question. Not all handicapped people are in wheelchairs.
That is true.
And I don't know if you noticed, like the new handicap logo, like on license plates, it's like they're leaning forward, like they're racing in the wheelchair.
Wait, they got a new handicap logo?
Yeah, it's just
Olympics is
Right,
coming
but
up.
they're like leaning forward, like racing in the wheelchair.
Are you kidding?
It's like the We Run New York sign.
Remember
Remember that shit they made? Like We Run Brooklyn, We Run.
Yeah, but
like-
it's like they're like leaning forward, like a great push, like good push. But now, not everyone who's handicapped is in a wheelchair. So why is that the universal symbol for handicapped people?
Didn't the Crips take over the handicap
oh
logo?
my god.
You gotta relax.
They did, right?
Oh my
They did.
goodness.
It's a thing.
Yeah, please.
Sorry.
Is that a thing?
It is a thing.
It is a thing.
Like, if I didn't have arms and you gave me a handicap sticker with a wheelchair, I'd be like, well, how am I supposed to roll myself?
You laughed mad hard, bro. You need to relax. You need to
It's him.
Nah, it's you.
It's him. It's him. Bro, I laugh at him.
You could have held that back.
I can't. I couldn't. I'm sorry. I couldn't.
FCC.
But think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's people who have handicap stickers because they have asthma.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But I mean, some people have severe asthma.
Right.
though.
But give me my sticker with the wheelchair on it.
But what do you? How do you make a sign out of the asthma one?
You put the tank, like people have emphysema. You just put the oxygen tank on it.
I don't get
He's
it.
giving this thought. Like
He is.
feel you.
He's very, very, very,
He gave
very
us a lot of
cerebral
thought
when it
right
comes to certain
Yeah.
things. Captain Random.
Hey, man. You brought up the handicap stuff.
I did. I was just curious. I didn't know if this was a thing that people
Oh, yes,
did.
It's a thing. Because
Like-
you know it is, like, especially if you show up to the airport late. You get, like, granted, I have like the TSA pre-check.
Yo, but if you show
and I
up
have all
late,
that
if they
stuff.
know that your flight is like 40 minutes and you going through TSA, they will rush you through regardless of the wheel shit.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
No, not necessarily.
If you let them know.
No, not necessarily.
You gotta pay for that, baby.
But see, I have TSA pre-checking, like in global check. So I, pretty much go through anyway. But let's say you show up late. You better grab that wheelchair.
That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about that, bro.
I mean, look, just go with me, and we live. Don't even trip, because you know what I'm saying. Jammed up as it is,
Nah, I'm not going through TSA with you.
we'll always get through.
You would definitely get searched.
Never.
You have this look to you, bro. It's
Yeah.
like somebody look at you like, he
First
looks
off, they
like he looks like he's over here,
Right.
but then he does look like he's over here.
Right, exactly.
So
But
I don't really. All right, I don't trust it.
and then they see you
Yeah,
with those
yeah.
glasses, and they're like, "Oh no, red flag, we got him."
I mean, I listen. I always get flagged when I go to the airport.
There you go.
I do. I have that.
you know what?
I have that drug dealer look to
They've
me.
never like patted me down. I
No?
wouldn't mind a good pat down.
Come on, man.
Careful
Nope,
what
nope,
you ask.
nope.
You got-
Why'd you have to take it
You
there?
gotta pay.
You
extra for that.
you left it open.
Careful what you ask.
You left it
that
open,
sounds
Dwight.
crazy, too.
Hey, pause. Man.
Like, I want to be searched where, like, you know how, like, China and wrestling used to give everybody the, like, you go underneath in one of those? I want one of those, like, but open-fisted.
You know what that's
So
called?
you want to open fit, so it doesn't matter who gives it.
No, stop.
But you know what that's
Stop.
called though.
I'm just asking.
Stop.
This is the result of PTSD from stop and frisk.
Right.
That's what that is.
Oh.
Huh? You felt that.
Whoa.
You
no.
felt that.
Nah, I ain't feel nothing.
You felt that
That actually happened to me before
See-
though. Not no open.
before you got here.
Nah, I ain't even gonna continue.
Because you pushed off. That's why you pushed
I
off.
did hit him with the forearm. on.
Oh my god.
I did push the cop off though. No
Okay.
bullshit. This happened to me before. They cops searched me, but you know he was in the crease of my eyes, and you know it's just reflex. I did slap his hand away, and then he was like, "Yo, listen, you do that again, and I'm gonna take you in for assaulting the officer." And I was like,
So you just assaulted me, fam? Like, what are you talking about?
You in my eye,
Yeah.
you know. So, he didn't do it again, but you know what I'm saying. I ain't gonna say how that night ended.
Yeah,
but that's what happened.
Listen, it's
So I did push it off.
Nah, figure. Did he call you in the morning or no?
Fang doesn't want to push off. He actually wants it
From a female.
You didn't say that.
Because I didn't think I had to elaborate on
You
that.
have to elaborate nowadays.
I'm not Dwight Howard.
Because if you don't, then you're called a pansexual. You love everybody.
I was about to say something and I had to stop.
That's what I'm saying. This is the type of society that we're in now. If you don't make it clear, they're going to assume otherwise. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm trying to protect my friend.
Someone said, don't make an ass out of yourself by assuming.
That's true.
Music keeps you moving.
But that doesn't apply to nowadays. It doesn't apply.
Yeah, that was back then.
That was back then when life was normal. You know, when we didn't have guys like Dwight. You know what? After the break, Thursday Night Football. We're finally going to talk about some sports.
What's up?
Like 3 hours later after the break.
Yo, this is Cigar Gents and Gals. I want to give a shout out to my boy Barry for All Even Podcast. Keep doing your thing, bro. Killing it.
Thursday Night Football.
I liked it.
Did you?
I did.
Titans and Steelers. It was a good game towards the ending of the game, right? Like it didn't start great, but it finished pretty decent.
Right.
What was the final score? It was
20 to 16.
2016. Steelers pull it out. They always find a way to win these interesting games, man. Like they don't have Kenny Pickett is not a good quarterback. He just isn't. I think he's still young. It's his second year. He's still trying to figure it out. But it's like when you got guys like George Pickens, you got Freiermuth where he's out. You have, the running back. They have a dynamic team, but they just don't have the quarterback to be able to get it to the weapons, which is crazy. So the defense has to win it at the end. But, who has impressed you most in regards to the quarterback position for these teams? Pickett or Will Levis?
Levis, hands down.
Levis for sure.
Yeah, Levi's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Levis. Listen, I clown Levis at draft night because he was there in a suit and didn't get drafted until day 2. But
pause. But you see the size of him?
Pause.
You see the size of his arms?
Yeah, he brolic.
Yeah,
he's
like a linebacker, bro.
Bro, the man eats mayonnaise just out the jaw.
He puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
Yeah, he puts mayonnaise in his coffee.
Well,
wait, seriously?
Yeah, he does. No joke.
You know what that tastes like? Garbage, probably, because this is the most nastiest shit ever.
That's what I'm like. What?
I like mayonnaise. Not in my coffee.
Was it Hellman's and Miracle Whip?
Hellman's, hands down.
Yo, Miracle Whip is trash,
That's
bro.
garbage.
But imagine he put Miracle Whip in his coffee.
It's very easy to make mayonnaise too.
How do you make mayonnaise?
You use oil, I think a little bit of vinegar, and eggs. And you just mix it.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. Oil, vinegar, and eggs.
Fucking disgusting.
And you've made your own mayonnaise?
Nope.
I've made my.
I like Hellman's.
Do you like?
Don't come on. Don't get weird.
Do it.
Don't get weird.
Don't
get weird.
All right, let me just. See. You see how you like to ask questions? I like to ask questions as well.
All right, ask away.
No. You told me not to get weird, so I'm good.
That's my
I'm good.
job.
You over here, just like stunting my question asking abilities. I don't like that. And I'm actually the fucking host of the show, and you're telling me not to speak. I don't like the way this is going. I don't.
What would you like me to do?
Let me ask my question.
Ask away.
All right. So you said you know how to make homemade mayonnaise.
I know how to make it. I've never made it.
Would you allow somebody else to make homemade mayonnaise for you?
Yeah, why not?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Come on, man.
Set yourself up for that shit, bro.
Come on. I'm thinking about culinary arts. I'm thinking about culinary arts, and here you are.
Yeah.
So was he.
Yes. I'm just saying.
Oh Lord.
You're revealing a lot on this pod today.
Because I know the recipe for mayonnaise.
Yeah, a lot of people do. Yes.
Whatever.
It's called rub and tug. That's what it's called. So moving on. What do we think about the Steelers' chances of getting to the playoffs? Or what are they? 5-2 now? They're 5-2. They're one of the best teams in the AFC, just off their record alone. Like, they're contenders for winning the division. Who would have thought that to start the season?
To me, it's crazy. Like, the job that Tomlin does,
it's amazing.
It's amazing. Every year,
the man has never had a losing season.
Yeah, every year he finds a way. I don't think the Steelers are that good.
No.
You know, the record is what it is.
Yeah,
so, I mean, you are what your record is. But, you know, just the eye test, I don't think they're that good. I was surprised they won last night.
Right.
I'm a big D-Hop fan. Derrick Henry, to me, he's looked a little he hasn't looked like himself.
There's some wear there now.
Yeah, I think you're starting to finally see him start to break down a little bit. But even that game, the fact that they were able to pull, I mean, it's a home game, but still, the fact that they were able to pull that game out, it says a lot. Now, I do think they make the playoffs. I don't think we should have high expectations for the Steelers past just making the playoffs.
I agree. I think for me, right, whenever you think about Pittsburgh, and we're talking about years now, right? We're talking about this decade, last decade, the decade before that. It's always defensive minded, right? They build their culture is defense. Problem with them is that they are not thinking about next generation football. They're still operating in the 90s.
Right.
You know, run the football, power running game, great defense. You can be able to fucking have a marginal quarterback and still be able to possibly... No, you need to find a way to get a better quarterback. Yeah. Somebody that can be able to truly lead this franchise and be offensive minded. I remember when Todd Haley was the offensive coordinator for the Steelers, they had a great offense, right? Him and Tomlin didn't really get along. Todd Haley's not out of the picture. Now they have this guy, Canada, that was a failed coach in college, and he's a failed OC now, right? No creativity, no pizzazz to his offense, and you have a young quarterback that needs somebody to be able to take him by the bootstraps and say, hey, listen, this is how we have to do things. If you don't have that, and you have an organization that is defensive-minded, there's no growth for Kenny Pickett. He's not going to grow and produce the way you want him to. Like, Ben Roethlisberger was an aberration. Like, they got him out of Miami, Ohio, right? Yeah. Small school. Nobody knew that Ben Roethlisberger was going to be as great as he was. They got a guy that they thought was going to be a great game manager for them. He ended up being one of the best franchise quarterbacks that they've ever had, right? So they don't have the ability to pick a great quarterback. They know how to pick great wide receivers. They know how to pick great defensive linemen, linebackers, cornerbacks. But the quarterback position, they just don't have the wherewithal to choose great quarterbacks. This is their problem. So as much as they are 5-2, we're really never going to look at them as a serious contender because of who they have behind center. Yeah. And it's a structural problem that they've had for decades, not just now. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, rest in peace to the man. And I know we're going to talk about it later on, but what Bobby Knight always say, a good defense is what wins you games.
Yes, in 1978.
but in you know, contrary, like, did y'all see Mike Tomlin? And I don't know if that was a suede jacket that he had yesterday. Nobody losing in that.
Listen, nobody.
He's not losing. Yo,
nobody's losing in that. And also, too, you gotta remember, this man wears black downtowns. Nobody.
He wears the murder.
Anybody who wears that.
Downtown?
Yeah. Bro, he means anybody who wears black downtowns is either a serial killer or they mean business.
Like, yo, when Glorilla geeks out over you, like she just met Jesus, like, it's
Right.
different.
It's different.
It's a different bop.
Mike Tomlin is him.
You know how ill he looked at his kids, or if he got kids, I don't know,
Yeah.
or his nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
Like, they look at him like,
Yeah.
Nah, he's
him.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you either a serial killer or you mean business in those black
They're
downtowns.
not playing around at that.
Yeah.
Nah, great
Or
coach.
referee.
Great coach.
Right?
He's
See the
one
three
of them
things.
ones. They're always going to, yo, look, the AFC North.
They just pump him out, bro. Pause.
Yeah, but it's, when it comes down to it, though, the Steelers have final say of what happens in that division.
Yeah.
Yo.
For the most part.
For the most part, because Lamar's pretty much, if he can't do it,
he's mid, bro.
It's over.
I'm sorry. I like this.
They don't have it like, BJ is not doing nothing.
He washed.
As much as he is.
I do like Zay Flowers.
Yeah, no, don't get it wrong.
Zay Flowers is good. Yeah.
But who else on that team? Like, their running game is
Mark Andrews. Running game is
yeah.
You know,
Burrow's having this. They're sparking up a little bit.
nah, but no, Bengals coming.
I'm just saying, like, if it's a late goal, then it's a late goal. Cool.
Yeah.
The Browns haven't really figured out because what's the name hasn't really played like that.
Because he needs his rub and tug. That's why
he needs his rub and tug. And hey, that is essential to that man's process.
It's like Samson getting cutting his hair.
Yo, I would say it like this. You know what? Y'all took my money. Oh, y'all took my playing time. Y'all took what I love.
Exactly.
Hey, give me what I need.
You know, remember he was hanging out with Mia Khalifa. She got pregnant, and he's just like, "Yo, what you want me to do?"
She got
the porn star that I like to hang out with and get rub and tugs from. She gone now. She pregnant. So I gotta get it from IG people. I gotta get it from somewhere else. So they take away that, and they're like, all right, now you just want me to play football regular? Like you want me to play football sober? I can't do that.
I got a question for you.
I can't do it.
Like a woman like Mia Khalifa, and you have a child,
right?
At some point in your child's life, they're gonna see your work.
Yeah, Kim Kardashian.
I mean, you can't hide that. At some point, what's the daughter that looked like Kanye? What's her name? North. When Northwest see Kim's horrible sex tape, she gonna ask her mother, like, "Yo, you look like a dead fish in here. What's going on here?"
Well, did you see the recent interview with
the
person asked Northwest, "Oh, like, how do you feel about your mommy's work?" And she's
like, "What she do?
What does she do?"
Right. What she do?
Yo,
she's Kanye, bro.
Yo,
That's actually
and
crazy.
you know what's the funny shit about her?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yo.
She said, "Oh, we have so much fun at Dad's. We make food. We do this. We do that."
She doesn't have security and nannies and all that.
You know what?
Shit.
Hold on. You know what? That was my other topic. We may have to discuss that at a later time. That I was gonna talk about that, but we will later on. Moving on though, after this Thursday night game, and shouts to both teams. I think the Titans have finally realized that they gotta get Tannehill the fuck out of there.
Yeah, without a
like
doubt.
Will Levis is the guy now. Let him roll. He's talented. If they give him an offensive line, they give him time to be able to develop. I think he can be a decent quarterback.
You got a D-Hop on your team. You got
Right.
You still got next year.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
The draft, get the picks, offensive line,
Right.
all the way around.
I agree.
This
Whatever
is like
extra picks you don't
this
use,
is like an any given Sunday.
Trade them.
Where like when Jamie Foxx came in and just took over, like this is pretty much
That's Willie Beeman. Yeah.
Yo, you don't. Yo, you have two pieces that you need. They need a solid tight end. You know what I'm saying? This is part of the game. What you need. You can get somebody who's on the other side over there.
They don't really have one.
That other guy was
Traylon
catching number
Burks?
18. Yeah, he was
solid.
He's all right.
Yeah, he mid.
They got a lot. Yeah, they got a lot of mid. They need to draft some better skill position guys if they can. Yo, Will Levis, he has the confidence to be a good quarterback. Will he? We don't know. But he has the confidence because he takes risks. He has a big arm. So shouts to them.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, come on, relax.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Moving on to one of my favorite segments. It is. I really do love it. Jets Watch!
Yo, you didn't queue up. Like, what are you doing today?
A couple weeks.
Yeah, you over here demanding stuff. You
Where's
haven't
your
been here like 8
sensitivity at,
months.
bro. Did you not? Do you have to go back? Did we have to bring back the shock treatment?
Just sit down and relax.
Jay, don't you
have a
that's post production.
That's post,
Okay.
Where the fuck have you been, bro?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So, how do you feel about the win against the Giants? That
Fucking loved it.
That was the worst game I've ever
Word,
watched.
yo, one of the hardest football games to watch. But what made it the best part for me is that fucking Giants fans are so cocky that they don't throw the fucking football until the end of the game.
For a whole half.
Because, hey, why?
That's crazy.
Hey, Nicole,
it's the Jets.
You know, DeVito, I know he's probably a family member. Like, how do you feel about him just looking terrible out there, not even being allowed to throw a football? Yeah. And you can't throw there. How does that make sense? What type of strategy is that? Yeah, listen.
They just needed somebody to fill the plays, you know.
Yo, Dabo was like, all right, listen, this is what we're going to do the second half. Saquon gets the ball.
Yo, it's
all the time.
It's to Will Smith.
Right.
Give the ball to Will.
Give the ball to Will. Like, you don't let him throw once.
Well, that's when you don't trust the
Well,
quarterback.
come on.
Yo,
But
If you remember, they was doing that to Zach Wilson.
yes, but here's my thing, though. As an organization, right? You pay your guy $40 million a year. This is your franchise guy. Daniel Jones is your guy, right? Captain Small Hands is your guy. That's fine. Better use my strong hand. Jones is your guy. That's fine. You always need a contingency plan in anything, right? You need to have that. There's plenty of veterans that they could have snatched out of there. Now, granted, Tyrod Taylor is somebody who's okay, right?
McRibs.
But he has a history of being hurt. So I don't understand I don't know why teams don't have a more plausible option as a third string quarterback, right? Because at some point, that may be a possibility. Why not have somebody that has some experience rather than a project that if things do fuck up, he has to get into the game and this is what happens. This looks bad on your organization if you're not allowing a quarterback to throw a football. You don't know what he has. So literally you're throwing this man out there knowing that, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. He looks trash in practice, but we're gonna have to play him in the game. What fan is gonna sign up with that? Like, how do Giants fans feel right now knowing that they had a quarterback that did not throw a pass until the fourth quarter when the game was already out of reach?
Shit was over. Yeah. But
like the momentum had already shifted.
I will tell you this. Back in the Jets side, we spent a lot of time on that Giants bullshit just now. I've watched, I don't know about you, because I know you're a Jets fan. How are you, buddy? How you been? Good seeing you. Big fan. I spent about 2 hours this week collectively watching that fourth down drive with Zach Wilson confidently making the passes that he needed to make in the rain with the pressure against him and getting the snap off to spike the ball in time.
What are you trying to tell me?
I'm telling you that kid's growing, bro.
You see, you gotta.
He's growing. He
this
ain't
is
perfect.
This is why.
No,
I
hold on.
can't
This is
stand
Jets Watch.
you, Jets
Hold
Watch.
off. Why don't you just back off? All right. Then he takes the podium and says the most quarterback shit ever. Hey man, hey, the defense, man, I gotta love those guys. Those guys are doing great. Yeah, 24. What was it? He said 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Yeah. 24 seconds. Now we got it. It's good. Goes out there, has the confidence. Yeah, we got to get better on offense. Every time he's saying it, he's being accountable. We got to get better on offense. Yeah, we got to do this stuff. I got to love those guys. That's the fucking quarterback.
You know what's crazy about when he says we have to be better on offense?
Yeah.
He's talking about himself.
Sure.
Because he's rubbish.
100%. It's a fact.
Basura.
But guess what?
He is rubbish. Watching that kid play football is painful. It's painful. He's a bad quarterback.
Depends who you ask. Garrett Wilson wouldn't say that. Depends who you ask.
Listen, of course Garrett Wilson's not going to throw him under the bus, right?
Wilson and Wilson first.
Well, yeah, right. But, bro, like, there's certain throws that you see the kid making, you're like, man, like, there's only a few people that can make throws like that. Yeah. And then you'll see his decision-making where he'll throw the ball into a crowd of other people. And it's like, what were you reading?
Yeah.
Listen,
there's nobody around there.
We all know that Jets fans are just waiting for their false prophet.
Who, Aaron?
Yeah,
he's coming back.
You gotta relax.
I saw him throwing the ball.
He's coming back,
bro. He's
ready.
dude. He's way ahead of schedule.
He's coming back.
Drug tested.
May need to get
drug tested.
That ayahuasca is running through his body, and it might be a PED.
Well,
it might be a PED.
Hey, I've seen people do it for cheaper. All right, I'm going to tell you this: if we get there, we're going there. I'm letting you know that if we get there,
listen, I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm telling you.
Normally,
watch every game we won.
Normally,
we won it in the fourth.
Normally, I would tell you that Klaw has his metal hat on, his aluminum hat, conspiracy theory nonsense, right? You know, I always like to say that. This time, I think he's right.
No,
I'm not gonna lie to you, because if there's a possibility that Aaron Rodgers can come back with that defense, and they can be able to get hot at the right moment.
How is it possible that he can? I don't get it. An Achilles injury.
So you just back off. All right, just don't even ask these questions.
No,
they have. So he got a.
He went to John Moran's doctor.
He got a special.
No, I heard what
surgery.
I heard what,
it's
but
just
like,
Achilles, but
really.
I don't know, bro. I don't
Already?
know. Like they Achilles injuries are gonna start being like meniscus tears soon, which is gonna be crazy.
If you do it, it's how you do it though. I heard it's like you got to do it immediately. Like the day, I think Tuesday, he was already getting it done.
Like when you lose a finger.
Yeah.
What?
Like that.
Yeah, like if you lose a finger, they can be able to detach. Attach the finger back.
Yeah.
You just have to. You got to do it quickly.
So he called the guys, whatever, and knocked it out. Hey, look, motherfuckers wearing Adidas's, walking around town, throwing. Yo, do what the fuck you have to do and take your time. Because I'm going to tell you something. Like I told you just now, and I'm going to say it again because I like how it sounded when it came out of my voice. Pause. If we get there, we're going there. We won every game in the fourth quarter this year. That is not the team you want to play.
No, I like the Jets. I do think they lose.
You'll say that 7 times, bro, and I'll forgive you.
I do think they lose this week to the Chargers.
Of course.
Yes.
I do think they
we
lose
do for one.
Yeah,
we do for
I
it.
do think they lose.
Herbert about to hang 40 on y'all.
Let's go, Herb.
But if
let's go, Herb.
Yeah, good. Yep.
If he doesn't, because what do the Chargers do? They blow it in the ninth.
Yeah,
technically the fourth.
Because Brandon Staley's an idiot.
So they lose the game in the fourth quarter. If we beat them, hear that dead silence? Yeah, that was all your hearts dropping.
No, that was everybody's warning.
You're not gonna get any Jet slander from me. Like they had me on the toilet. What was the week? Because I bet.
Okay.
And I had bet the last leg that I needed on my parlay was Chiefs Jets. I hit, by the way. It was a 17 leg parlay. You went to the
Yeah, we were in the suites.
They had me on the toilet. Obviously, I bet the Chiefs. So you're not getting slander from me as far as Jet slander. They gained my respect that day. I do think Zach Wilson is below, I'd say an average quarterback.
He's being nice or rubbish.
I was going to say below average, but I'm with you though. If that's not a team you want to see.
That's not a team you want to see.
I agree.
Especially if A-Rod comes back.
And listen, I give Zach Wilson a lot of crap, but if he's going to learn on the job and take his bumps and really understand what it really is playing in New York, having that pressure, leading your team back in regards to a comeback drive and all that stuff, like these are positive things to take with him, right? Mm-hmm. So even if he's not the guy for the Jets and he decides to move on, he can take that somewhere else and start to build his career somewhere else, right? So, because if you can be able to kind of get your bullets here and get the knowledge and how to play quarterback in one of the hardest environments out there, you can go anywhere and succeed. Like, could it?
It could be. Yo, look.
It could.
Could it?
It's be on win whatever.
It's been
it's
worse.
The defense.
But it's been worse
don't
than him,
you stop. All right, just stop it. Stop.
If they lose, they're gonna blame the quarterback.
When do they ever blame Zach Wilson? They know he's rubbish. They're not blaming him.
Let's put it like this.
They're not blaming him.
I got 2 points. Got Utah.
Two.
This last game, it wasn't Zach's doing that we were losing the game. It was the defense. All the penalties and all that shit, they cost us the game.
Yeah, but y'all only gave up, 13 points?
They weren't supposed to score.
I think it was 10
points.
They weren't supposed to score. The defense did that.
Yeah,
because of the penalties. They were completely off on the penalties.
But they only give up 10
Zach
points.
Wilson had a third string center.
Right.
And didn't throw an interception. Had a fumble because the handoff was wrong. It's a different energy. But the thing with Zach Wilson, I don't know
like
if
the way
somebody
he's
said.
defending Zach Wilson.
Listen, I'm going for the guys. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for my team, and that's where we are right now. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to stand on this. Zach Wilson already lost his job. Zach Wilson already knows what it feels like to be shunned out, and Mike White was the guy, and y'all wore T-shirts around and all that shit in front of the city.
Yes.
And then had, you know what? We got Aaron Rodgers. All right, cool. I'm going to learn from him. Hey, that's big bro. Cool. I'm going to learn this shit. I don't even have to fucking play no more. And then 4 plays into it's like, oh, shit. What? Me? Oh, God. And still wins the game. Hey, the kid's learning. He got my vote. Anybody else say something about it, go fly a kite.
That's the problem with you people.
You people.
You Jets fans.
You Jets fans, right?
Yeah.
All right. Listen.
You have this I don't know, this hope. This hope that comes with you guys. Right. That at some point will get crushed like a soda can. All because what do we talk about on this show a lot? Clippers gonna clip. Jets going jet. It's just the way it goes.
The Jets going jet.
So listen, I'm with you, right? When Aaron Rodgers comes back, I'm back on the train. But until then, Zach Wilson, rubbish. And you guys won the game because it was the Giants. There's no team worse than the Giants in football right
fact,
now.
and I accept
no
that.
Team.
I super accept that. But I will say this. And I want you to understand this. I want you to hear this.
Yes.
Just like Dwight needs to just stop and just come out,
mm-hmm.
you need to do the same. Because we know you over here. And we know what you were before this Cowboys fan.
Shots fired! Shots
and I want you to just end the segment with that.
Everybody knows on this show what my history is. And before we go to break, I am an ex-Jets fan. I left. Okay? I left. D. You know why? Because I was too heartbroken. Because I told my friends, I said, listen, there's this kid in West Virginia that is one of the worst quarterbacks I've seen in regards to decision making. But there's Jets scouts at this game. If they draft him, I'm out. Klaw says to me, ain't gonna happen, bro. They got their eyes on somebody else. I said, Klaw, I know this team. I know this franchise. I know this management. They will draft him. They're looking for the next mobile quarterback. They're going to pick this idiot. And the rest is history. They drafted Geno Smith in the second round. I was out. I couldn't do it. Geno Smith now has success in Seattle. He's not successful in New York. Newsflash. He's at the Seahawks. Busting ass now. He's not here. That's all I'm saying.
And neither is Dak.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey,
so after the break,
go there.
After the break,
Didn't have to go there.
You want to go?
We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk Eagles, Cowboys. I have some stuff to talk about that. We got Josh McDaniels getting the axe. I love that. After the break.
He has changed the game, whether you like it or not. He's changed it. He's impacted the game in some fashion or form.
I'm gonna find a bar mitzvah for you to go to, and you gonna turn that motherfucker out.
Yeah, all the gals watching.
Crack 'em
if you got them. All the gals watching. Minus 6.
And I would like to formally welcome you to
Welcome
to the grid.
to the grid.
To the grid.
Welcome to the grid.
And welcome to the grid.
Welcome to the grid.
Cowboys, Eagles, NFC East, big time matchup. I'd like to share my thoughts first, and then I will pass it around the room. The Eagles are mid. I don't care what nobody wants to tell me. I use my eyes, and I see that since last season, when they had that cheesecake schedule, they went ahead and they did what they had to do. Jalen Hurts did what he had to do. But what I'm starting to see now is what I've been saying for weeks. Is that the Eagles have this great roster, but their quarterback is There's a difference between being a great quarterback on a subpar roster like a Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow's a great quarterback, and the Bengals are, Patrick Mahomes, great quarterback on a roster. Jalen Hurts has 8 interceptions through 8 games. Or 8 weeks, or whatever you want to call it, right? So it's one of those things where it's like he had one good year, he got paid, and everybody thinks that he's a top 5 quarterback. No, he's not. He's the same person that he was at Alabama that got replaced by Tua Tagovailoa. We don't remember that? And then he went to Oklahoma and revamped his career. He's still a mistake-prone quarterback that's on a very good roster. So here's my thing. Cowboys have a big chance to be able to prove something to not only the NFC, but to the NFL. The Cowboys have been criticized for having a soft schedule as well in regards to only beating marginal teams. They beat the Jets, they beat the Rams, they beat the Giants, they beat all these teams that are not necessarily good. I think the overall record is 14-24 between those teams that they've beat. So what's the difference between the Eagles and Cowboys? What is the finite difference here? I think it's the ability to rush the passer. Eagles are great at rushing the passer. They have dogs on that side of the ball, right? Jalen Carter, they got, Hassan Reddick. They got all of these guys that can be able to, they can send pressure without blitzing. Can the Cowboys do that? If they can be able to get pressure on Jalen Hurts, if they can be able to force uncomfortable situations for him, he will turn the ball over. They need to force those turnovers. Mr. Micah Parsons needs to come to play. Instead of having his podcast and talking all this nonsense, come to play. Be prepared, because this is the game of the season so far for the Cowboys. They have to win this game, because if they lose this game, they're not only going to lose ground in the NFC East, but they're going to lose ground in the NFC. Everybody's talking about how good the 49ers are. Well, newsflash, 49ers have lost 3 straight games. Brock Purdy looks like dog shit. And, they just made a trade for, Chase Young to put with Nick Bosa. Great, right? They got more defensive weapons. That's not their problem. But the Cowboys need to win this game, because if they win this game, now they put themselves in a position to be able to get to the softer part of their schedule and start to really tack on some wins. So, gun to my head, who wins?
Dallas.
I can't trust Dak Prescott. That's the problem, is that every time I feel confident about picking Dallas, Dak Prescott ends up disappointing me. So,
I think it comes down to the defense.
It does.
Because you're talking about 2 mid quarterbacks.
Yeah. Could come down to the running game as well. DeAndre Swift versus Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard's been very mid also.
Yes, he has, which makes me even more upset that Jerry Jones didn't go get Derrick Henry.
He had a spark when he started,
but now he just.
I think Derrick Henry's at that point though that we talk about with running backs.
He old.
He's at that point where all right, and this is why they don't get that money.
But see, combining him with a Tony Pollard,
yes,
that's a good combination.
Well, to be
right?
honest with you, they should have never got rid of Zeke.
That is true too. I mean,
Yo, Henry, I watched the game yesterday. Henry had a few moments where he was gonna make that little, because it was never fast. It was just a power run the whole way through.
But he can break an 80-yard run though. That's
but
the thing
he had a few. I saw 1 or 2 drives where he was going, and then somebody would just get that hand in there. But had he broke that, he was gone. A few of them.
Yeah.
And he bullied through that whole that when he got the touchdown. He bullied through that whole thing. It was all him.
Nobody cares about Derrick Henry right now.
You know what?
We're talking about Cowboys.
My bad. Let me just go hang out over here.
That's what you said when it was just watch, right?
You're right.
That's what you said.
You're right.
I think
You're right. Y'all gonna lose.
I think Dak has actually been pretty good against the Eagles for his
Yes,
career.
he is 8-2 against the
8-2,
Eagles.
right?
He looks like Joe Namath against the Eagles. He does.
Yeah, so
that plays into his favor.
There's a little narrative that me personally, I think the Eagles win. I don't think Jalen Hurts is a mid quarterback. I did see your piece like a couple episodes ago where you was talking about Jalen Hurts, and I don't think he's a mid quarterback. I think whereas before I was shitting on Zach Wilson and I said he's an average quarterback or probably below average quarterback. To me, Jalen Hurts is what I say top 5 quarterback. I don't know about top 5, but he's up there for me. And then he also has the weapons. Goddard, AJ Brown looks phenomenal this beast. Smith looks great this year. Swift, he has the tools. Cowboys look great this year. I just can't trust that. I can't trust Dak Prescott ever. And you talk about Jalen Hurts who turn over the ball. Dak can too. He has especially in big games.
Over a full season, Dak has the most interceptions in the league right now.
Exactly. So, as I said, I'm a betting man, and I'm gonna leave this game off my parlays. There are NFL games that I put in my parlay for this Sunday, but this is not one of them. This is one of those games I just want to sit back, watch it. But I do think the Eagles get it done.
That's fair. It's gonna be. I think it's the game of the week. I think everybody's going to pay attention to this particular game.
This is the game of the week, not Patriots Commanders. What?
Listen, I am a Mac Jones fan. I ain't gonna lie to you. Mac Jones, my guy. He is. He played well last week. He did.
He did play well.
They didn't play well, but he did. I hope that Dak Prescott realizes that Cowboys don't wear green and that he just throws it to the appropriate people.
Wow.
He doesn't throw into triple coverage. So, yeah, I'm with you. If you're going to lean somewhere, you lean Cowboys. I mean, you lean Eagles. Yeah. You lean Eagles, but, moving on. Raiders finally do it. I mean,
about time.
Is anybody shocked?
Is
anybody shocked? Like, this is a dude that has failed up his entire career. This is his third stop, right? He got hired in Denver, failed there. Tuck Taylor went back to Bill Belichick, got hired as the Colts head coach, accepted the job, and then stepped away from the job, resigned, right? Then a few years later, ends up getting the Raiders job. What has this man done outside of Brady to get that type of situation?
Pause. That sounds wild, crazy, but I know what you mean.
What did I say?
What has that man done outside of Brady? Wow. Okay, sorry.
But you know what I mean. It's like, outside of having, being Brady's OC.
Yeah.
Whole lot of nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, I mean, he about to be out of there. But, like, you know what I mean? It's listen, Devontae Adams took the podium and said, listen, the team is excited. The team is happy, not necessarily for Josh McDaniels being fired. It's just more of there needed to be a change.
Yeah.
And whatever the change was, something needed to happen. Yeah. So now Antonio Pierce is the interim head coach. See, the one thing that I don't like about this is that the last time there was an interim head coach for the Raiders, that interim head coach led that team to a 10-7 record. They got to the playoffs and barely lost to the Bengals in the playoffs.
I remember that.
And then lost the job to Josh McDaniels.
Right.
So you go ahead and take the team out of turmoil after what's my man's name? What's the coach that had the emails?
Oh, I forgot his
My man named Gruden, right?
yeah.
That Josh Gruden went ahead and went AWOL with the emails, went wilding,
With the group chat.
and with the group chat, and they had to. Rich Bisaccia had to save the season. Him and Derek Carr had to save the season. They did that, and he still doesn't earn the respect of the owner to get the head coaching job. Yeah. You go ahead and go get this idiot from New England, right? So now, who feels sorry for the Raiders? You're in a prime position. Now Antonio Pierce is the head coach, but do I actually feel confident that even if he turns this team around and they get to the playoffs, Mark Davis is not going to give him the job. He's going to give it to another failed Hugh coach and go from there. Like, listen, this is why, for me, it's very scary to be a father or parent or, somebody that has built an empire, an organization. Because when your idiot kids decide to get older and they want to step into your shoes, they always ruin shit. Mark Davis does not know what he's doing. He hires the wrong people. He does bad shit and continues to have the Raiders a laughingstock in the league. So I'm curious what everybody thinks. Can the Raiders be able to turn this around? Is a firing the jolt that they need to be able to, go in the right direction? Because I don't necessarily think they have the pieces anyway.
Yeah, I don't.
So, Jimmy G he looks like he's washed. Like, I think he's been spending too much time at the Bunny Ranch. And
this is just a step in the right direction. That's all it is.
Balls is dry over there.
Hey.
Depleted.
Yeah.
Nothing left in the tank. Down on his luck.
Got no testosterone left.
Nothing
Gone.
left. Can't throw the football to save his life.
Right.
He was missing Adams.
I'm talking about
wide open.
Wide open by himself.
Can't keep his head in the game.
Yeah.
Too much of last night flowing through his system.
He said, man,
Due for a drug test.
He said, those 5 girls at the Bunny Ranch, man, a night.
I got a question for you. How do you feel about Micah Parsons' statement about Josh McDaniels and I guess the coaches their money being guaranteed and the players not being guaranteed?
I mean, the coaches don't run into brick walls. There's no liability with a coach.
Right.
Coaches get hired to get fired. That's their job. You get hired in 2 years. If you don't turn around, you're gonna lose your job.
And you still get that guaranteed money.
Right. Players, on the other hand, you're running there'll never be a point where everybody gets guaranteed money. In the
But you're
NFL.
looking at a coach like Josh McDaniels, though,
right?
Who we know he shouldn't have had the job anyway.
But that's not Josh McDaniels' fault.
That's true.
That's the idiots that want to hire him, right? If you go to somebody and you say, "Listen, I think I'm worth $10 million," and they say, "You know what? You're absolutely right. I don't need to see your resume. I don't need to see anything. I'm just believing what you're telling me. $10 million," and then you go ahead and fail because they didn't vet you properly. That's not your fault.
What was it? $10 million a year for 6 years?
Whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever it is. But that's not your fault.
Nah.
That's them for not doing their due diligence for vetting you properly.
Right.
So that's their business. That's their money loss, not yours. You know what I'm saying? So, thoughts, do you think that the Raiders can be able to right the ship?
Yeah, I think
with Antonio Pierce.
Yeah, I think
ex-Giant, by the way.
I think it's over for this year.
Yeah.
I don't think they have the pieces. I'm gonna be honest, like you said earlier. Big fan of Devontae Adams. I think he's one of the man. I hate say man.
He's top 3.
I was gonna say. I literally was gonna say he's top 5.
Yeah.
Right. So as far as a talent, I like Josh Jacobs as well. But I don't think they have the. I don't think it was a coaching. Was the quarterback? I'm not a fan of the quarterback. I don't think it was 100% the coaching thing. I just think they had to make a move. I actually thought they would trade Devontae, to be honest. But
he wants to stay.
I know he wants to stay, but
so what? Of course you want to stay too. It's Vegas.
Yeah, of course.
You know.
But short answer, I don't think they do anything this year. I don't even watch Raider games a lot. You know, I'm not a fan of the team. I'm just a fan of Devontae.
Right.
So yeah, short answer, I think it's clipped for them for this year.
Yeah, I agree.
And for next year, you know, Klaw, what you think?
Dumpster fire over there, bro. Now look, shouts to the Raiders organization. I mean, hey, they got the Super Bowl coming this year. They got the Usher thing. It's all tied into Vegas. Yeah. They're ruining the overall conspiracy. Usually, the home team is the home team of what's been going on for the past couple years. Yeah. I'm gonna say that Jimmy G was a Band-Aid. He's not the guy. Yeah. Shit's been downhill since Ruggs fucked up. Respectfully, it's been bad. And I feel like
damn, forgot about him.
Listen, it's been bad ever since Rich Gannon left the Raiders.
Yeah, it's been bad since they made that move. When they went back to LA for like a fucking 3 weeks, some shit like that. Shit was horrible. So I feel like they got to retool. But realistically, yeah, listen, they got rid of Waller, which was a blow for them. I will say that they got to do something within, but they didn't want to bring back Jacobs this year either. That's the crazy part.
Nah,
and that's he's somebody that can go somewhere else and do something. Do something.
No, solid.
If it's mad random. If you had Josh Jacobs on the Chiefs, be a different ball game over there.
Of course,
completely different. So they have pieces. Yeah,
He's better than Pacheco
for sure.
Yeah.
Like they have pieces. It's just about just coordinating it right. But getting rid of that coach was one of the smartest moves ever.
Yep, I agree.
I feel like they can go on a little run right now too because of the energy being new. It's NFL. It always happens.
We'll see what happens, but they at some point they need to get their organization together because it's been a dumpster fire for way too long. Moving on, 2028. What do we think about when we think about 2028? Not much. Olympics, hey, LA, hey. Well, we have flag football in the Olympics now, and Mr. Patrick Mahomes says he wants to play.
I like it
for Team USA.
I like it.
Flag football.
I like it. Yo, I like it.
Why?
Because every great was able to do that when it came to basketball, but not football.
This is flag football, bro.
Doesn't matter though. It's just actually smarter. You're not gonna get hit, and you can still do the shit you do, which you don't want to get hit anyway. Quarterback doesn't get hit anyway. You probably do it way better. No look passes, all types of shit. He's gonna go. What? No, you need that shit.
My thing is
because the Russians are killers in killers in football.
So it is. Do we know if it's open to professional football players?
I mean, if he's putting his hat in the ring, it has to be.
Only because, like, so for example, so we know like boxing, you can't be a professional. It's amateurs,
yeah.
Right. Obviously, basketball is different. That would be kind of crazy if
Yeah, because the thing is, if we can be able to play the pros, who in the world is going to be able to even come close to that? We have the monopoly on football.
Exactly.
What are we talking like?
I understand that.
Yeah.
I'm for it. I want to find out.
I'd love to see it, but
hey, listen, that was
what other country really has like a
exactly.
Yo,
that's what I'm saying.
Just take the dub. Why y'all not just taking the dub? It's an American dub.
Competition.
Easy. Who the fuck is gonna beat us in skateboarding?
It's a lineup, bro.
There's a lot of people that beat us.
But it's us. We made skateboarding.
It don't matter. We're not the best.
Put it in the bag.
We're not the best at it.
Basketball, we began our ass handed to us recently.
Are we watching that? Like
I'm watching
that. Are we watching that flag football?
I'm not watching.
I'm not wasting my time.
I'm not watching.
I'm watching that more than I watch the shit with the ribbon.
So pretty much, what are you gonna tell me? You're gonna get rugby players from other countries to come over and play flag football?
Why not?
Why not?
The All Blacks.
Oi.
Aussies.
Oi. I'm with that.
New Zealand.
Do y'all watch Aussie Rules? It's a sport, but it's like it's a combination of soccer, football, rugby.
Absolutely not.
Nah. It's fire?
It's fire.
I might have to check that out. I'd rather watch that than the WNBA.
Whoa. That's his thoughts. I love the WNBA.
Yeah, everybody knows about my thoughts about the WNBA.
You love the WNBA?
Nah, he does. The man has season tickets.
Why?
What do you mean why? Like, is this a real question? Or
you just like watch women play sports?
Nah.
He likes the game.
I love they way more. fundamental than the guys are. You know, the guys, they could rely on. There's a lot of people that don't have fundamentals in the NBA, but they rely on
Listen,
their athleticism.
I respect this man because he goes to most games.
I think
and
I'd take
supports.
down Angel Reese.
So he loves the game.
Look at what you
respect.
thinking, man.
I think I'd take down Angel. She got some long legs.
I don't like her eyes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, them legs. I want
She got
long legs. Like, I want to just wrap it around.
She got.
I want to go,
You know, I'm not gonna say what I want to say. Moving on. Magic Johnson, first billionaire. Well, not first billionaire, but he finally has gotten to billionaire status. I just want to salute Magic Johnson, man. Like that is my guy.
Salute, but I thought he was already there. Man.
Nah, he wasn't there yet. He wasn't there yet,
I
man.
think he
But
was there, but you know what I mean.
you gotta relax.
Tax purposes.
Well, he there now. Okay,
He's there now.
He there now.
That means he's crossed the threshold. He got a little cushion to be like.
What put him over the top?
I think it might be the fact that he's, Commanders owner now. Like all of his valuations are
assets.
higher. Yeah,
Gotcha.
exactly.
They're accruing.
Yes.
No, that's big for that's big. That's big. I think Jordan was already a billionaire, right? Magic. I mean, seeing guys from that era still be successful, relevant, becoming billionaires, I think that's
It's
dope.
inspiration.
It's inspiration, and I think, well, obviously, this new generation, you got Jaylen Brown getting $300 million contract. I think we'll see more billionaires.
Oh yeah,
obviously, from
very
this
quickly too.
generation. Yeah.
Very quickly too.
But the billionaire status is a little different now than what it used to be.
Of course.
Yeah, it's not. It's not. It
the
doesn't.
new millionaire.
It doesn't ring. It doesn't ring.
Not
as,
quite,
as-
but I know what you're
yeah.
saying.
But
I
it
know
is.
what you're saying.
When you really think about it, when you think back in the day, having $1 million was a lot
Right.
of fuck.
Yeah.
You get $1 million right now, you spend $1, you're broke.
Right. That's true.
$1, you pop. You're back to regular life. You take the bus. You take the subway during the rain. You walk over the puddles. You go to the fifth car with all the homeless people in. Like, you still have no money.
Yeah.
But when you go to the Billy, it's like, oh, it's a little nice over here.
Yeah.
You're good.
You lift dead animals. After the break, my irrelevant news of the week. Now it's time for my irrelevant news of the week.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the... I mean, they stink.
Every week I find some good ones. See what we have here. Michigan woman chooses between lottery prizes, $25K a year for life or $390K one-time payment. Let's discuss. Why would I want to still get minimum wage money for life and still have to work a job and I could be able to I'll just take the cash out?
Yeah.
Give me the $390. I could be able to invest like $100,000 somewhere.
How old is she?
That's a good question. Let's go ahead and see.
Well, most people, like, if you
39 years old.
Okay.
So she's literally around our age in regards to that, right? So
I take the 25.
you would take the $25K a year.
I'm gonna bet on myself that I'm gonna live more than 30 years.
But you still gotta work your job.
All you get
You
is
still gotta work with 390.
It's a
That
20.
is true.
It's a 20 piece. That's all that you get. 20 years.
That's
Right.
Oh,
When
but
they-
that's still more than
That's when they
390.
do it. So when you win for life, they'll give you up until $1 million. They'll pay you out $1 million
Over 20.
or they'll give you a 20, like the same amount over 20 years.
Oh,
Which is
Gotcha.
fine. I mean,
yeah, I'll take that.
yeah, either way.
That's
But see, the win for life.
$50,000
The
over
win
20
for life
years is
makes
$1 million.
sense because if you get the win for life, you get like $4,000 a week.
Right.
Give me that. I'll take that. But $25,000 a year.
I'd rather take the lump sum.
Get the fuck out of
I'll-
here.
I'll
I'm
take
not
the
doing
lump
that.
sum.
Nah, I'm up.
yeah.
I'm up completely different, bro.
I'm taking the lump
A
sum.
year? You want scraps? Yeah, give me the $390.
I'd rather take the lump sum and invest it.
Give me the exactly. Give me the $390.
That's fine.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? I won't invest with envy. I'd invest with somebody else.
Caesar.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing him.
You should
I
relax.
take my three. Yeah,
Envy's innocent, bro.
yeah.
Did nothing wrong.
I know.
He on his payroll? Or
He didn't know.
Oh, he didn't know. So plausible deniability, huh?
Completely.
There's, you know what? Let me just move along.
Thanks.
Man arrested after holding up a CVS pharmacy with a note. They still do these things?
It's the easiest way to get well, it's not armed robbery at that point.
Is it not?
It's not armed.
Let's see. So the note says, "This is an armed robbery."
Damn.
Got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Yo,
he's a nincompoop.
I'm gonna tell you like this though. If I'm in CVS and it's late and you do this shit,
Yo, just come get.
I'm just walking out.
I'm so upset, bro.
Yo,
like the lines are already long enough.
Annoying
oh,
people.
you talking about as a customer? I thought you.
Yeah, just as a customer.
All of it. Just all of it.
Customer,
Just
bro.
all of
like,
it.
They don't got nobody on the sales floor to help you.
Right.
And a motherfucker has a nerve to hold up a CVS, bro. You're really just holding up the line.
And mind you, there's the quick checkout. Like you literally have to go into the line and try to hold me up. Bro, like what are you doing?
But now he didn't like stick up like, oh, give me the money out the register. Was it one of those?
He just handed him the note. So
That's
this is what the
crazy,
note
'cause,
says.
Like really what money you getting? Because most people go to
Yeah,
self-checkout.
listen, this is what the note says. Please cooperate. I don't want to hurt you. You are not to alarm anybody, or I will shoot the closest person to me.
Wow.
Please follow these directions, or I will shoot the closest persons. Why am I laughing?
But if you were a CVS employee and somebody handed you that paper,
slap the shit out of them.
Well, there's no way to really.
I'd be like, take whatever the hell you want. I don't care.
Right,
like
exactly.
this is not my money. This shit should be insured.
Yo,
But
it should be insured.
But at that point, you're threatening me. And if you come to me with a note and I do not see you with any, I do not see you bearing arms.
But listen,
I'm going to fuck you up.
But Fang, it gets better. Listen, you would think that it was money, right?
Oh, he wanted cigarettes.
Oh no.
Oxycodone,
That could be expensive.
hydrocodone, Xanax,
Oh, he's partying.
Adderall, liquid codeine, Viagra. When finished, place note in bag and lay down, or I will shoot.
All right, so now you have to go to the pharmacy for this. They don't just have this over the counter.
Correct.
And that line is the longest of the longest.
Right.
Poor fucking old people just standing there waiting to get their prescriptions for whatever renewed.
For that sciatica.
And this asshole over here is like, oh, I'm gonna rob this place and get down on the floor. Don't serve anybody else because they need the shit, and you're just a junkie.
No, I don't think he's. I honestly don't think he got it for him.
It could be. It could be two ways.
Yeah, that goes for a lot on the street.
Yeah, especially the Xanax
and the Viagra.
Yeah.
So I heard.
Yeah, but you can just get hymns.
Allegedly.
You can get hymns.
Anyway, look at it. Hey, disaster waiting to happen.
Really?
And
Did
I'm
they
sure
get him? Did they?
Of course they did.
Okay, yeah.
Of course they did.
Okay.
Of course they did.
Hope it was worth it.
Hope it was worth it. Absolutely.
Hope you kept some of those Viagras in jail.
Exactly.
Did y'all hear about the? This is the last one. Did you hear about Joe Smith's wife having a secret OnlyFans?
Yeah. But I don't see a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
Bro, she was a freaking porn star when he met her when they got married.
But that was when he met her.
She was a porn
You know
star.
how long they been married though?
Huh?
You know how long they been married?
How long?
A long time.
Doesn't matter.
That means you
Doesn't
left
matter.
that life alone.
If you're an adult film star, that follows you.
Does it?
Yeah. Like that's like, all right, that's public information.
Janet Jack me is not doing any scenes right now.
Roxy Reynolds is a nice person.
Roxy Reynolds is retired.
Bro. But the thing is, what you gotta understand is when you're in that business and times get hard and you're in that business and it makes money, why wouldn't you make money?
No, I think the issue.
But why? But the thing is, why secretly? If you were
because
just like you said, if she's a porn star and this is the life that she came from,
Bro, it comes
why
down-
is it secret if your husband wasn't okay with it.
Because all right, this is
You
what
feel what I'm
happens.
saying? So don't give me that nonsense because if he married the porn star
it's the narrative.
and she didn't tell him, listen, I'm leaving this stuff behind. I'm good.
Bro, and that's different.
But
now it's different. But if she says, listen, I'm still gonna be out here active, doing my thing. There's no reason for him to be mad.
What I gathered from the
was
situation
told
is he was not handling business. They needed money. He wasn't bringing in the money that they needed for their lifestyle, their family, or whatever it may be.
Where you get that from?
Well, that's what they had said.
Right. That's what they said.
Okay.
So therefore,
that's what she said.
If you're supposed to be the breadwinner, you're supposed to be handling business, and you're not doing it, and she has to take care of herself.
Right.
She has you have a lifestyle that you're accustomed to living. Some people want to uphold that. So therefore, you do what you got to do to make your money.
Let me ask you a question. Do we know if she's having sex on her OnlyFans or if she's just showing?
I think she's just showing.
She's just showing?
Yeah.
Because that's not as bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you just showing boobs
I'm not mad at her.
Showing?
I'm not mad at her. Because if he was handling his business, it would never resulted to
So don't throw shots at my man Joe Smith. Don't do that.
Man,
he's a former
that's
number
not
one.
your man.
He's a former number one pick. Don't do that.
Well, listen.
All right, he's a former. Now
He had
that's
a
what he
$60
is.
million contract.
Facts.
Now guess what he is?
Blew through that.
A simp.
You gotta relax.
Or is he getting half?
Facts.
But see, that's the thing. So why is he so mad?
Or is it?
Is he really?
I saw somebody say, what if they end it together?
That's what I'm saying. What if it's staged? See, the thing is, with media now, we don't know what's real or what isn't sometimes because the lines are very blurred. Right? They want to go ahead and put this out now. All of a sudden, Joe Smith is trending. His wife is trending. We're talking about it on this show.
You know what?
When was the last time I spoke about Joe Smith?
Right. And you know what?
When was the last time anybody's talked about her being a porn star?
Right.
Like how many years ago? And now she's OnlyFans, which makes her ticket go up because now everybody's like, I wonder what her OnlyFans actually looks like.
It was very sus the way it happened.
You know she probably made about 500,000 this month.
Bro, that video was very sus. Like her. Why is she filming it that way?
That's what I'm trying to tell you,
That
bro.
was very sus.
I mean,
So
we
I'm
live in
saying,
a content era. Like
we live in COE, man. Content over everything.
You know, I get that 100%, which it's a shame.
Yeah.
But like I can't put myself out there like
Let me
that
ask you a question.
to be embarrassed.
Freaky Fang is a different dude. So if there was a chance to make some supplemental income in your house, you wouldn't document video documentation of what goes on in your bedroom?
No, not at all.
Even though people be like, yo,
Not at all.
Freaky, I need to see you
Not at all.
put holes in the sheets.
Not at all.
Yeah, I ain't doing that.
Not at all.
We'll even send you the sheets.
Not at all.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, back when I was a porn star, it was just a whole different game.
You know what? I know it's like I wouldn't be mad if let's say my woman had an OnlyFans and she was like doing one of those feet OnlyFans where she's like showing her feet, nothing else.
So
I wouldn't be mad at that.
What if she wanted to show boob?
Come on, why we got to take it there?
Show boob.
I'm just asking.
Well, I have a good enough.
If you're
relationship
mad,
to where
that's what I'm
she-
saying.
No, but I'm saying, but I'm sure he might have thought they did too.
Yeah.
What if she was doing it and you didn't know?
Well, I'll be honest with you. I had these conversations already, so if she did it, I would already know because I'd be like, shit. If you want to do that, make some money. Go. Do
All
it.
right then, so you'd be fine with it.
Yeah, but not like showing your body
don't
of like
sneak boob.
Right.
But
Yeah.
all right then, so, but what if she went ahead and started with a foot model and then she started to sneak boob
Nah,
for
not-
extra
not-
for
not
extra
going
exclusive
that.
content?
That's the name of the episode,
with that.
Sneak Boob? No?
You say you're not doing it. You're not with that.
No, I'm not with that.
That's what Joe's saying.
That's what Joe said.
Don't sneak boob.
Don't
I
sneak
think
boob.
sneaking boob is the most sneakiest shit ever.
That is.
Yo, tits are like.
All right,
national
let's
treasures.
have another conversation
Sorry,
before
man.
we get out of here. I want to ask, what is more disrespectful as a man? If your woman shows boobs, if she flashes nip, or she flashes some ass.
I'm going nip.
Nip.
Nah, for me, it's ass.
Nip.
Nip is more intimate.
Yeah, nip because like if you go to the beach, your ass is out.
Right.
Right.
See, but that's semantics, I guess. If you don't,
I understand that.
I know what
I
he's
get
saying,
what
I
he's
know what
saying.
Yo, the nip
What about
is
you?
like, you don't
Well-
just see nip.
Yeah.
So I would say, well, I guess I'm looking at the flash
Yeah,
of
the lens
asses.
ain't just like nip.
I'm
You
looking
see-
at the flash of asses like, no undergarments. So you could potentially see 2 for 1. You see the ass.
Yeah, but she got a spread though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now
I'm
we
thinking-
just talking about
that's
the
busting it
Oh,
wide
yeah,
open.
yeah.
on the camera.
Yeah.
You talking about some cheek,
That's a
man?
Now
whole
we ain't
nother-
talking about busting
That's
over.
a nude,
So-
bro. Like this
Word,
is
word. I
a
mean,
nip though.
neither I'd be thrilled about.
He over here talking about
You know
Al
what I'm
Bundy
saying? If I'm
magazines,
being
bro.
honest. But if it's like that, if we saying that, then I'll say
Forgot
the
the name of that shit.
Yeah, I ain't
say
gonna lie
the
to you. It's always nip for me. If
Cause,
you send the nip,
when you
we
see
fight.
The nip,
It's
like
over.
when you see the nip,
Yeah.
you look. It's different.
Right.
You have a different rapport, bro.
That's like a barcode for a woman.
Yeah,
don't
man,
send the
like-
don't send the barcode, right?
Like you said, you can't just
Don't-
show
yeah.
a nip. You got to show tit.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, nips are different, right? Like you always look at a woman and be like, yeah, I wonder what her. I wonder what those look like. Yeah, I wonder what those look like. Are you silver dollars? Are they a little smaller than that?
I look at Cardi B different ever since.
Right.
Them fucking pancakes. I was like,
right.
I hate pancakes now.
That shit is huge.
Yeah.
I love pancakes,
but not hers.
Unless it was photo.
National Geographic. We don't like those.
Yeah, no.
I mean, like pancakes,
Silver dollars,
flapjacks.
Flapjack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Johnny
that
cakes.
is my irrelevant news.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the? I mean, yeah, they stink.
Moving on. What do we have?
NBA.
Yes. Before we get into NBA stuff, rest in peace, Bobby Knight. Legend. You know, it's sad that Bobby Knight's legacy has been tarnished a bit, right? Like when people think about Bobby Knight, all they think about is the outbursts, the issues that he's had with certain players at his school, at Texas Tech, at Indiana, the power that he had when he was at Indiana, that he was literally bigger than the mayor. He was the most powerful man in the state. Yeah. There was nobody bigger than Bobby Knight. But this man's influence on so many great players, Isaiah Thomas, the list goes on, the influence that he had on the college basketball landscape. He's a legend. He's somebody that all these coaches, we're talking about Coach K, we're talking about Mike, what's his name? Mike Izzo. Like these guys looked up to Bobby Knight. And that's what I want to focus on with Bobby Knight. I don't want to focus on him throwing chairs and him wilding, going crazy. It's about this man was a special coach and knew how to get the most out of his players, no matter if they were 5-star players or 2-star recruits. He had the ability to be able to maximize their talent. And not many coaches were able to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, shouts to Bobby Knight. He was 83 years old. I didn't even realize, I don't know if it was natural causes or anything like that, but, I'm sure it was. But, lived a great life, impacted a lot of people, influenced the many, and definitely going to rest in peace. So, I want to talk about Bobby Knight in a positive way. I don't like to talk about all that negative shit sometimes. You know what I mean? So, moving on. How do we feel about the Los Angeles Lakers? There's some Laker fans in here. Fang, D-JULIEN.
I'm a LeBron fan.
You are a Laker fan. Don't you do that, okay?
I gotta separate.
He's there.
Because if he was,
you
to
on root
leave,
for the Lakers. Well, whatever. Big win against the Clippers, but what I like to see from this team is the depth that they have, the young pieces. They're athletic. They have interchangeable pieces. Christian Wood has been amazing
on both ends.
The guy that has really been, obviously there was a lot of question marks coming into the season because he wasn't getting a lot of offers. There was a lot of talk about how he doesn't fit in. He's a me guy. Doesn't really care about team stuff. He just cares about individual statistics. But this is a guy that can be able to hit the three, 36%, 37%. He's not a great rebounder. not really known as a great rim protector, but he's playing his ass off right now. And I think it's actually going to get to a point where Darvin Ham may have to make a decision because he can play Christian Wood and Anthony Davis together. This is a guy that can be able to play the 5, play the 4, or whatever he wants to play. Hell, they had him a small forward the other night because they were so short-handed. He played small forward in that game. So, what are your thoughts on the Lakers? What are your thoughts on how they look, and do you think that they are a legitimate contender in the Western Conference?
So NBA, it's my bag now. What do I think about the Lakers? First of all, I think Darvin Ham, I knew it was bullshit when they was talking about LeBron is going to be limited to 20
minutes.
30.
Right.
Get out of here. I like the Lakers. I think Austin Reeves is going to take him some time to get his legs together. I think last year playing deep into the playoffs and then him going into FIBA, first time he's ever played that much basketball. I think we're seeing the effects of that, but I liked what I saw against the Clippers. I think for him now, you got to just get his confidence back. I like what I saw against the Clippers. They're going to need him. You got to also remember they're short-handed right now, right? Vanderbilt is not playing.
Gabe Vincent's out. Gabe Vincent is out.
Gabe Vincent is out, but the Vanderbilt and the Rui piece is key to me because
absolutely
we're starting to see the growth of Christian Wood on both ends. He's never really been a great defensive player. That's why he wasn't on the floor in key moments for the Mavericks last year. But this year, he's actually against Phoenix. I saw him doing pretty well against KD. Last game against the Clippers, he had some big defensive stops. Yeah, so, but how is that going to be affected when Rui and Vanderbilt come back in the mix?
Right. How is Darvin Ham going to be able to work with that rotation and get him, still get him some quality minutes?
Exactly. Yep. I love how AD's looking. Besides that second half in Denver, he's been incredible on both ends. Early defensive player of the year candidate for sure. My only worry though, LeBron is still having to do too much.
Yeah.
That's my only worry. And, he's 39 next month. What he had to do against the Clippers, I know he can still do it, but we talking about this is game 5.
Right.
Can he sustain
43 minutes? Yeah.
That's ridiculous for his age. Can he sustain that throughout the year and then into the playoffs and, possibly a June run? I don't think so. D-Lo, I like D-Lo. I think his game is smooth. Defensively, he's been a little bit better this year, so he's been able to stay on the floor a lot more. Do I think they're legitimate candidates? I think I like the Clippers if they're healthy, and I know you're going to get it, what I mean? I know how you feel about the Clippers, but if the Clippers are healthy, I like them better than the Lakers. If Denver can get some pieces to help that bench, I like them better than the Lakers. Phoenix, if they could stay healthy, I like them better than the Lakers. So, even I think the Warriors too small, so I would say the Lakers are the 4th best team right now in the West. But I love what I'm seeing. All
right. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna really argue too much. Fang, what do you think about the Lakers?
I feel like he's sort of spot on, but my issue with it becomes like LeBron. All right, he has to play the superstar role because the next guy in line who's supposed to be playing the superstar role is so iffy, and that's Anthony Davis. If Anthony Davis stepped up more and was more consistent, then LeBron wouldn't have to play as many minutes as
coin flip Davis is what I call.
You know what I'm saying? So LeBron went there as the superstar of the team, and instead of him being able to pass the torch, he still has to carry it because everybody else is so let me not say everybody else, but the guy who's supposed to take the torch just can't do it.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, hold on, real quick, B.
Yes.
I have to cut you. So, because I think AD has been incredible to start the year. So what?
How many games has it been?
No, but that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying, in your eyes, what would it look like for AD? Like, what's his what numbers would AD have to have for you to be like, yo? Because I think what he's doing right now. Yeah, I know it's early sample size, small sample size, but I think he's playing the best basketball that I've seen him play in a very long time on both ends since they won the chip. Probably.
I agree with that, but how long is it going to last? We've seen this out of him before.
Exactly, you're right.
This is just a trend.
And can he stay healthy?
Yeah, it's about at this point for Lakers fans, we're jaded, right? Like, you know, you see Anthony Davis play well, and you're just waiting for the other shoe to drop. You're just waiting for him to take a layup and fall on the floor and sit lay there for 5 to 10 minutes, and now he's out of the game for and out of the season for 3 weeks.
AD is the reason LeBron has to play this many minutes.
Yeah, so but also too, I think what D was saying makes a lot of sense, is that this team is going to rely a lot on Rui Hachimura. It's going to rely a lot on Jared Vanderbilt. It's the reason why they put this young core together, because they want the young core to be able to shoulder the load and carry the weight in the regular season. They don't need LeBron to be great in the regular season. LeBron can go ahead and cruise in the regular season, average 21 points a game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, do the little things. Maybe if they can get his minutes down to 30 minutes a game or whatever it is, they can do that. They have the young pieces to be able to log the big minutes. Give Rui 35 minutes a game. You know what I'm saying? Give Jared Vanderbilt 30 minutes a game. Make Christian Wood be a factor. You don't need to play LeBron James against bad teams. They're blowing out the Bobcats or Hornets, whatever the hell they are. Let LeBron play 10 minutes that game, right? They playing the Knicks. They blow out the Knicks. Let LeBron play 15 minutes that game. Like, let him. It's going to be a game-to-game situation where if they're playing well, they don't need to utilize him as much. If it's a big game, play him. But if he's playing less minutes a week and he's only going or gearing up for the big games, I think that's a good formula for them. You know what I'm saying? So if he's playing big minutes against the Clippers and then he comes down against, the Memphis Grizzlies, that's fine, right? But because they have the depth.
Let me ask you, do we think we need LeBron to retire?
No.
You don't think?
I would pray that he doesn't retire.
No, he looks phenomenal.
He looks fine, bro.
The only reason I say that is because now we have to worry about limiting his minutes.
Yeah.
They try. I get it. You try to keep him fresh, but there's other players out there. Yeah, but there's other players out there who they may not necessarily have to play that way.
That doesn't necessarily mean they want to be Lakers. So
it doesn't that doesn't necessarily mean they'll be as effective.
Exactly.
As LeBron James is. I think what the Lakers are doing though, I hear you with having to limit his minutes early, but I think they realize what happened last year when they got in that play-in situation. They don't want that this year.
They don't want that, exactly.
Let's win these games enough
and lock
games
it up.
now.
Lock it up, exactly.
And then we could limit your minutes
exactly.
once we locked in. So
I agree.
So like tomorrow they play.
Point.
Today, since it's Saturday, they play the Magic again.
Yeah.
They barely beat the Magic.
They need to blow the doors off of them.
They need to blow the.
Yeah.
That's where LeBron
so you can give LeBron the rest. Exactly. I agree. I agree. After the break, do I have a nice reveal for everybody? We're going to talk Clippers. This is great. There's a lot to talk about. There's a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to the Clippers. A celebration. There's a new era in Clipperland. Lynx loves it. So do I. Welcome back, y'all. So, it's Clipper time. And the reason why I have this coat on is very symbolic for the Clippers. Because what do I call them? Basement dwellers. Dumpster divers. They're in the basement with the space heaters and the dehumidifiers. So you need coats like this to be able to keep warm. So, let's go ahead and talk about it. James Harden is now a Clipper. Hey, salute to him. He got exactly what he wanted. Right? We talked about this for weeks. He wants to be a Clipper. He wanted to retire a Sixer. Lied to him, so he wants to leave. Why does he want to be a Clipper? Because he can be able to get what he wants. See, the one thing about life that we always know is that people who are used to a certain lifestyle will know how to get that particular lifestyle no matter how or who they have to manipulate to get there. I call those people survivors. We call them kept wives. James Harden is that. He's not happy in Brooklyn. Oh, I'm just not going to try hard anymore. I get traded. Talk about how Kyrie made it weird. But Brooklyn offered you a 3-year, $161 million extension that you declined. So if you're talking about money, wouldn't it have behooved you, D-Julian, to accept the extension and do exactly what Kevin Durant did and still get out of there? But you want the Philadelphia Sixers to make the same mistake that Brooklyn was trying to make with you? No, they're not doing that. But who will? The most desperate man in basketball. The Mr. 10,000 bathrooms. That I have a new arena being built in Inglewood that nobody's going to go into except concerts and volleyball tournaments. That's the guy that you want to go to. Hey, it's fine. So let's talk about it. James Harden said that Philadelphia put restrictor plates on his ability because he's not a system player. He is the system. Interesting. How is that going to work in Clipperland? You have Russell Westbrook, who claims that he can't come off the bench because it messes up his routine. You have Kawhi Leonard, who says, we don't care about whatever new policies that are going on in the NBA. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because why? I'm protected. I'm on the Clippers. They're not going to let me fail. I'm their cash cow. When I agreed to my contract, I told him, listen, I'm only going to play about 50 games a year. Y'all good with that? Y'all, we're fine. That's more than we expected from you, Kawhi. Thank you. You want a helicopter too? Pick you up from San Diego every day? Then Paul George said, hey.
San Diego, by the way.
San Diego, yes. I want the same thing he got. Sure. That's your friend. You get the same thing. Why wouldn't anybody want to be a Clipper? There's no rules. Players can get what they want. You see how happy Russell Westbrook is? Because there's no spotlight on him. Nobody gives a shit about the Clippers. When he was in the Lakers in the same building, the backlash or the news reports were so loud. All of his errors and turnovers were all on front display. He's doing the same nonsense with the Clippers, but nobody's talking about it. Why? Lynx, you know the rules. You know the answer. It's the Clippers. Nobody cares. So this is the thing with me is that James Harden is now a Clipper. Congratulations. But at the grand scheme of things, the bigger picture is that no one cares. They don't. So this is why you can have these four guys together. There's no foursome in the league. There's only one threesome in the league, and that's the Phoenix Suns. And everybody's looking at that roster and saying they don't have enough to compete. They don't have a defense. They don't have depth on their bench, and they don't have a point guard. So they're going to struggle. What's the Clippers' excuse? They have four guys that have questionable playoff records, right? Kawhi is the most successful out of the four, correct? But they also have health concerns. James Harden is a guy that can play 82 games. Yes, so is Westbrook. But what about Paul George? So when people tell me, when I hear in the media, when people are scared to criticize the Clippers and say, hey, I don't think they're very good. I don't think they're going to be that great. And they say, oh, I don't know. You know, I think they're going to impress people. And yeah, really? The same James Harden that choked in games 6 and 7, that guy? Oh, it was the Sixers' fault that caused that because they put restrictor plates on him. That makes sense. The Lakers are to blame for Russell Westbrook's problem. Now he's on the Clippers. Things are different. Paul George. Hey, I'm here, but I'm only here for 40 games a year. You get what you get. Kawhi, same thing. So why should anybody think otherwise? Who can convince me that the Clippers are going to be any better than what they've ever been? Lynx, go ahead and try.
See, I'm telling you, Harden's gonna make that whole group better.
Uh-huh.
His passing ability.
Uh-huh.
They got good offensive talent already.
Where?
All them guys is offensively talented.
Who?
Kawhi, Paul George, Westbrook. They averaged triple doubles for a few seasons. Kawhi won championships.
Oh, you heard. You see that? I love. You see, this is why.
I'm telling you, collectively together, I believe they're going to be better than what you think.
You know what this reminds me of? And whoever wants to take it after I go on my little diatribe is fine. This reminds me of an IS-8 team.
IS-8? Like,
yes. This reminds me of, and Link play ball. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You know how many talented players have come through IS-8?
Yeah.
You know how many players have come through that system? It's like, oh man, this dude is great. And you put all of these guys together and you think that they're going to be successful because the talent alone is so great that hold on. I'll let you finish. Let me get it off. Because you waving the Clipper flag right now. I get you. IS-8. You have those talent, and then some team from New Hampshire comes in, and they're 5'9", and they move the ball passionately and blow that team out by 35 points. Why? Because schemes matter, right? Coaching style matters. Playing style matters.
You think Tyrone Lue's not a good coach?
He could be Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter about who you have on your team. You have 4 guys. Listen, I watch basketball. I am not somebody who is just hating just to hate. These are 4 ISO players. Have you ever seen James Harden move without the basketball?
I haven't seen him play off ball.
Never. Have you ever seen Russell Westbrook play off ball?
So then y'all don't remember them in OKC then. I could tell you that.
Oh, so we're talking 15 years ago. We're talking about 50. These guys are not the same players. These are 34 and 33-year-old men now.
He does have the ability to do it.
Well, I don't know that. I haven't seen it.
That's what I'm saying. You cannot. Anybody has the ability to do anything. LeBron James can go out there and hit 15 threes tomorrow. He has the ability to do it. Has he ever done it? No.
Yeah, I think
so. What are the odds of that happening? We got to stop this because for everybody else, right? For everybody else, people will have definitive answers as to why guys are not good or why they are good. But for some reason, people have this affinity for Russell Westbrook and James Harden's game. Why? Because of triple doubles. Let me ask you a question, Lynx. You played basketball, right? Yeah. How many triple doubles you ever had in your life?
I don't think I ever had triple doubles.
Did it matter in regards to the grand scheme of winning a game? So what does it matter now? So when you tell me as a basketball player, these guys get triple doubles, what does it matter to me? Triple doubles don't win games.
He can do whatever.
Triple doubles don't win games.
Necessary to win. If they want him to grab rebounds, if they want him to pass the ball, if they want him to score, he can do it.
There's a difference between getting 10 rebounds and getting 10 rebounds that are effective or mean something in the game. You do realize that there's stat padding.
Yeah, that happens.
This is what I'm saying. Look, I am just somebody who's an overseer. I call myself.
I think it's hard for him to pad his stats. Like he really earned a lot of them.
Who?
Westbrook.
I'm gonna just sit over here. I'm gonna stay over here. You said Westbrook.
Yeah.
Earn those stats.
A lot of them.
I would say so.
Don't let me. I know the flow of the game.
I know if you're done, B.
And at the time when he was doing it, he was the only one on the team, really. So why wouldn't
you talking about OKC?
Yeah, when he was standing, he was the only one on the team, pretty much.
Yeah. So I would say this. So One, I think they got worse defensively. Paul George. I'm sorry?
Because of Harden?
Because of the trade. So Covington, they lost Covington. They lost Marcus Morris, who's tough and defensive-minded. Nicholas Batum. These are guys that they would throw at other wings. You know what I mean? Like KD, LeBron. They lost all three of those guys. Now, you look at the starting lineup, I would say Kawhi Leonard has lost a step defensively. Offensively, he's still
2 steps.
Yeah, I would say he lost a step. Paul George used to be, to me, probably the best two-way small forward in the league, right? And I think there's still an argument for that.
I think he still is.
That's why I said.
Who else can you name?
No, that's why I just said.
Paul George still legit.
I said I still think there's an argument for that. But that's one person out of the starting 5. Westbrook, we know, is not a great defensive player, and we know James Harden is not a great defensive player. Now we look at their bench. Bones Highland, I like. He's a liability on defense.
Terrence Mann,
I do like. So, and there's a reason why the Clippers did not want to give up Terrence Mann.
Right, he's the future.
I do like him. He has a lot of upside. But then we look at, Norman Powell, another offensive player. Mason Plumlee, decent, right? Zubac, decent. What I like to look at, Russell Westbrook and Harden played already together.
And it failed.
We saw what happened there, right? Russell Westbrook and Paul George played together.
And it failed.
Coaching when it failed.
I'm about to. Right, you're right. Tyrone, I like.
That shit matters. I'm telling
Nah,
you.
it does. I like Tyronn Lue. As a matter of fact,
if I'm coaching that team, they taking the chip.
Okay. Listen. I would say we know they're not going to be healthy. That's number one. All right. We know they're not going to be healthy throughout the whole year. What I do like, to your credit, to your point, what you're saying right now, last year they surprised me in the playoffs. The Clippers did. I didn't think that they would do or have the success that they had against the Suns that they did. And that was without Paul George and some of it without Kawhi. Yeah. Even the year before that, when they didn't have Kawhi and Paul George was kind of the guy.
Because of the coaching.
Right.
You got to factor in these good players with the same coaching.
Part of that is part.
They're going to be much better than you think.
No, it's not better than I think, because I think, I just said in the last segment, I think the Clippers are the third best team in the Western Conference if they stay healthy. But I know they won't be healthy.
Well, obviously Denver. Who's the second team better than them?
I like Phoenix. I think Phoenix could beat them in a 7-game series. I'm telling you what I think. I think they could beat them in a 7-game series, only because I don't believe the Clippers will be healthy. We've seen injury issues with Harden, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard. And that's 3 of their top 4 players.
All I'm saying is this.
They're healthy now.
This is all up. Yeah, they're healthy through 5 games. Congratulations.
Everybody healthy right now.
All I'm saying is this. Fang, I hope you listen, right? I want you to pay attention. Because Lynx is your family, right? And I don't want to pick on him. But I'm telling you right now that when the time comes, and the Clippers are exactly where they need to be, in the basement, with the dehumidifiers and the space heaters, and they're out of the playoffs because of one James Harden, and then he decides to flip it on the Clippers and say, I'm not done. Like, see, this is the thing, is that when he blames the Clippers for not putting him in a position to win, he will leave because he's a flight risk. He didn't have to be a scorer in Philadelphia because he had the MVP. They had a good team last year in Philadelphia.
Who else they had?
They had a good team in Philadelphia.
What do you mean?
They were up 3 games to 2.
Embiid, Harden, Maxey, Tobias Harris.
What are you talking about?
Tobias Harris is inconsistent.
Tobias Harris averaged 17 points a game. Inconsistent, averaging 17 points as the 4th wheel. That's pretty good. So my thing is this. When you have a 3-2 lead with the MVP and James Harden and you still lose, you have people.
I don't even think Embiid should have got the MVP, honestly.
When you have a 3-2 lead with James Harden as your guy up on the Warriors, KD the Warriors, and you lose that. So it just
the receipts keep coming.
It just shows me,
it keeps coming. So all I'm saying is that when the time comes, I need you to come back here. And you're not going to be off camera. You are going to sit right there and you're going to apologize to me. I would expect nothing less. I don't want to hear nothing about Ty Lue's coaching. I don't want to hear about the talent that they have. I don't want to hear about James Harden's going to make everybody better, because James Harden and making everybody better doesn't even fit in the same sentence. Doesn't.
Not for the past 3-4 years.
Embiid said it. Embiid said it himself in the last press conference. He's like, "Yo, we gonna miss him because like he made."
Well, he got to say that.
He made
You don't think Embiid's going to say that?
You got to say
as the leader of the team.
Embiid is playing better now.
He's gonna throw shots at James Harden out the door.
Why not?
Yeah, I'm not.
Why
gonna
would
lie.
he?
I'm not gonna lie. Embiid is playing better.
Yeah.
Right now than he was playing with James Harden.
Yeah.
Maxey is playing. Well, I mean, obviously, he got more usage, balls in
Yeah.
more. I don't think Harden has made anyone better in the past 3-4 years.
No.
Honestly. Now, he made Clint Capella better back then. Like, Clint Capella owes him half of his paycheck. Yeah, the pick and roll. I think Zubac and Clint Capella are two different players.
Yes.
Well, Capella's more athletic than Zubac.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So all he got to do is the same thing: set a pick and roll hard to the basket.
Yeah,
he can't probably catch the lobs and shit, but you know he can get open looks under the basket. You don't have to necessarily catch a lob like.
It was different back then because when Harden used to play with Capella and they did the reason why I feel like it was so successful.
Because they had the floor spread.
You had the floor spread, but
Why
also
they can't spread the floor now.
But also, guys would come over the screen, and you would almost try to trap James Harden. That's how much of a threat he was back then. I don't think he's that much of a threat now.
You see, this is again. I asked the same question even off camera, right? He talks about James Harden like this is the 26-year-old James Harden.
Yeah, it's a different.
This is not the same guy. He doesn't hit the three consistently anymore. He can't get to the basket as frequently anymore. And he's not getting those whistles that he used to get anymore.
But they did change that rule.
Yeah, they changed the rule because they realized that there was a cheat code that he was doing. He exercised, like he understood how to sway the refs. Great. They changed it, and now he became more ineffective. So, going back to my point, you got a James Harden that has a terrible playoff record. You have Russell Westbrook, who has even a worse playoff record than he does. You have Paul George, who calls himself Playoff P. I haven't seen it yet outside of a few games.
That's true.
And you have Kawhi Leonard, his career, not done. His career is based on his success being the third wheel on the San Antonio Spurs. He wasn't the guy.
He won them one of them chips.
He was not the guy.
He was the guy in Toronto.
He was the guy in Toronto. I'm not gonna disrespect him there.
He won them one of them chips.
In Toronto, he only has two. He only has two.
He won them one of them chips. If it wasn't for him, they would have lost that series.
Oh no. I'm gonna disagree with you there. He won the MVP of that series because he guarded LeBron James.
Yeah. Just like Iguodala.
Just like Iguodala got the MVP because he guarded LeBron James. You want to know what LeBron James averaged in that final?
He was still killing.
He averaged 35 a game.
He was still killing. So don't say because he guarded LeBron James. He did his thing too.
What did he do?
He checked the stats.
He passed it to Duncan. That's what he did.
Duncan wasn't even.
He gave it to Ginobili.
He wasn't like you're not being real.
He gave it to Tony Parker.
I like Kawhi.
Parker gave it to him.
I like Kawhi back then.
I like Kawhi.
This Kawhi is a different Kawhi.
Listen, I'll be honest. Like I say, listen.
Parker, Duncan, Ginobili, it was all old. He was the.
Okay, so it was Kawhi. So Kawhi carried him.
He was. They
Okay.
won that chip because of him.
Oh, so Kawhi was the one that won the chip.
They won that
Got
chip
you.
'cause of him.
See, I love this. I'm trying to
I
tell
think a
you.
healthy Clippers team with the team they have.
You can't say that.
So then let me tell you, how would you guard?
You can't say that,
guard
Fang.
pick and roll with any one of them? They could do a Kawhi and Harden.
You
pick and roll.
cannot
They could do a
say that.
Kawhi and
They don't do
Paul
that.
George pick
So
and
here-
roll.
so-
They
so-
do a
so-
Harden.
so
They
now-
gonna mix it up. I'm
So
telling
since
you,
we
if I
doing
was open,
semantics,
you're not beating me.
since
with
we
that
doing
team.
semantics, right? Since we're gonna do semantics on the show,
There's so much shit you could do.
we're
with
gonna
that
create
lineup.
semantics now.
Right.
Since Lynx just opened up Pandora's box,
That's what
I
I'm
think
talking about.
I think Anthony Davis is gonna win the MVP.
Anthony
And
Davis.
he's gonna play
Say it again.
82 games. He's going to play 82 games to win the MVP. You know why? Because if healthy, Anthony Davis is the best player in the NBA. You want to say, you hear how ridiculous that sounds?
Honestly, even if healthy, I don't believe he's the best player in the NBA.
No, but you hear how ridiculous that sounds. You know why it's ridiculous? Because it's not true. It won't happen.
I don't know.
It won't happen.
If healthy,
I don't know. I think
It won't happen. We cannot. We have to stop. As basketball fans, we have to stop using if. Because if is not a stat. It's not. It's a fact.
No, that's true.
It's yeah. If it's not a fact, if you were 5 inches taller, you would be a great basketball player. If I had the ability to win $500 million, I would do it and be rich. If everybody in here was successful, we would have the best podcast in the world.
And if you had my jump shot,
and if I had your jump shot, I'd probably be in the league, right? We can't use if as a stat. We have to use facts.
That's true. Right about that.
It's silly. It's silly. We cannot. I hate when people do that because it makes no sense. We have to go with the data. The data says that these guys don't play games and they don't want to. Kawhi Leonard doesn't want to play games. He saves himself for the playoffs. We all know that. Paul George wants to play. His body's not willing. Russell Westbrook plays and they don't care if he plays because half of the games he plays bad. And James Harden, they just wait for him to get to the playoffs and fail. So we got 4 guys. None of them are leaders. Who's leading this team?
That's true.
Who's leading the team?
Nah, you can't say the coach.
Who's leading the team?
It's not the
coach. That's where it starts from.
Who's leading this team?
You need.
I'd love to know. So when things go bad, right? When things go bad, and they will go bad because the season has ups and downs. Who's leading this team?
Right, you do need a leader on the team.
I'm waiting.
They don't have.
Who is it?
A clear-cut leader on that.
Yeah, there is none.
Who is it?
No. Nah, you need somebody on the floor that's gonna lead the team.
Like I said,
I'm gotta lead them. He was a former player. He gotta lead them.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's more insight than what y'all like. You just think it's shallow. I'm telling you, like, you gotta think deep.
You need a player that can.
You need a player.
You know, lead the team.
Keep it up.
Why? Why do you need a player?
Well, history.
Well, you're not gonna take a team full of role players and say, all right, they're gonna go to the chip.
Full of role players, though.
Yeah, but no, there's no definitive.
That need the right coach in that.
Oh God.
I don't. But can you really consider them to be superstars at this point in the game?
Oh no, definitely.
Nope.
No.
I disagree with that.
I don't know. I don't see them being superstars.
I think Paul George is a superstar.
Russell Westbrook not
definitely is
I
not.
didn't say Russell Westbrook. I said
James Harden is not a superstar.
Kawhi.
Those two, yes.
Harden's not a superstar, nor is Westbrook.
Right.
What's that?
Neither Harden or Westbrook.
No, I said Paul George and Kawhi.
So they got 2.
Yeah.
They got 2.
Yeah, but you're talking about 2 guys that don't play a full season.
The other 2 are
complimentary stars,
and they're right there.
If is not a stat.
But I will say this: what Klaw said earlier about if the Jets make it, you don't want to see them. You don't want to see the Clippers in the playoffs.
I think I would like to.
No, I don't think that. I don't think LeBron James would want to see.
When you have 4 failures,
I don't think
give it to
LeBron
me.
James would want to see the Clippers.
Give them to me. Play the back of your baseball card all the time. So history means nothing. That's what you're saying. So give me their individual success in the playoffs, Links, and I'll shut up.
I tell you this, you have to base it off of what you've seen and what you've witnessed.
Correct.
But you also have to give a new collective the benefit of the doubt.
You're talking about if again.
Well, you're talking about if they coming back and play the way that they've been playing. So either way, if goes both ways.
I know. We talk about data.
If
data
goes both ways.
We talk about this Clipper team for 4 years now. 4 years.
It's a different team now.
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's the same team with 4 failures. That's what they are. And they're now on the same.
I'm saying before they had.
They're now on the
Reggie Jackson or one of them niggas?
Reggie Jackson got a chip.
A couple years ago.
He got a chip.
I'm saying
he went to a Denver Nuggets team and won a chip. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk more about it after the break. Welcome back, yo. We were talking about the Clippers. I want to be calm, serene now. You were saying, Lynx, that you think that Clippers will make noise in the playoffs. I, sir, would love to see that happen. I am rooting for you. But like I said, if things go bad, and things normally do go bad when you wear that jersey, and when you root for that team, I just want you to sit ever so gently on that left side of that couch. And I want you don't have to look at me. You can pan to the camera and you can break the fourth wall and you can say, I apologize for putting my stock into this worthless franchise that has continued to disappoint me over the years. That's all I need. I don't need anything else than that, because it's just like what I'd say about, people like to come at me about Chris Paul. I've attacked Chris Paul for 20 years, and I've been spot on with my attack of Chris Paul for 20 years. I've said that he's a great player, but there's certain players that just have this black cloud around them, right? That no matter where they go, they can have success, but there's only success to a point. Chris Paul is one of those players. James Harden is also one of those players. And when you combine him with another guy that has very low basketball IQ, we're not saying that he's not intelligent in real life, because he's making bones off the court. He's doing great business off the court. Shouts to Russell Westbrook for that. But on the court, I need to see it. As an old person, 38 years old, you see a lot of basketball. You see a lot of trends. And superstars combined together in this hodgepodge of a team, and nobody knows how to rotate and move without the ball. It's a bit of a challenge. Yeah, they'll probably win 55 games in the season. But how is it going to happen, or how is it going to work when you have to match up in a 7-game series, in a playoff series? That's when it matters. Is that in the regular season, what people don't realize about the regular season, I know you know this, D, is that teams don't game plan for teams in the regular season. They have a game on Thursday, they have a game on Saturday and Monday. They just play the game. They're not strategizing for that particular game. They're just playing the game. In the playoffs, there's strategy from game to game, quarter to quarter, minute by minute. That's when you can be able to really pick apart somebody's deficiencies and see what their weaknesses are, right? So that's why when people say, hey, Westbrook, hey, triple-double, hey, look at him, look what he did. But when that shit happens in the playoffs, or it doesn't happen in the playoffs, they're like, oh, I thought Westbrook was going to kill. Oh, no. It's because teams now have time to sit on a weekend and look at film and say, oh, he doesn't like to go that way. Oh, he doesn't like to shoot the ball on this side. Oh, James Harden doesn't like to go right. I see. That's when things are different. So, we'll see. That's all I'm saying. We'll see. Moving on. You wanted to talk about Victor Wemby. I ain't gonna lie to you. Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna say this right now on my show. I would like to say that boy bad. He good. Okay. He's good.
I thought you was gonna hate.
Yeah, he's good.
Thought you was gonna hate.
Yeah, I said in the summer I didn't like the whole Victor Wembanyama coverage. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
They were comparing him to LeBron. He's big, best prospects in LeBron. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Right? But I will say, boy bad.
No,
right? He's a different, unique type of talent that I hope that he stays healthy.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared for him. A guy that size, pause. It's just, it doesn't work genetically. It's like it's weird, right? The mechanics are weird. So if he can be able to get the best doctors to be able to, advance the science, keep him healthy, we possibly can see the next great dominant player for the San Antonio Spurs, which makes me nauseous, right? The fact that they can be able to have Tim Duncan and now this guy, right? Yeah, he has a chance to be really good. You know, he hung 38 points on the Suns, so I mean that's not hard because they don't play any defense. But you know, shouts to Wemby. I think he can really be special. I think he can. So, thoughts?
Yeah, no, I thought you was going the other way. I thought you was going.
No,
I think he's special. Normally, you see guys or rookies come into the league, and where the struggle that they have is adjusting defensively.
Yeah, speed.
The speed defensively. He's already a great off-ball defender and a solid on-ball defender. Being 7'4", having that wingspan, moving the way he's moving. I'm seeing him guarding guards.
Man's arms are like a white picket fence.
Yo, like this is like he's special.
That makes sense.
And already understands the game from an IQ standpoint on the defensive side.
Yeah.
Which normally takes players longer.
Right.
Now, when you look at the offensive side, obviously, as one of the best coaches coaching him, the team, as far as the team that he has, they gave Devin Vassell a lot of money. Keldon Johnson is okay.
They're playing well.
They're playing well right now, but they also played well early last year.
Yes.
Too. You know what I mean? So this is not surprising me.
Yeah.
He's special.
He is.
He is. I think it's a 2-man race, at least right now, for Rookie of the Year, and it's gonna be that way all year.
I think. Listen, Wemby's special, but that boy Scoot. Listen.
What about Scoot?
Scoot Henderson.
What about him?
He's special. You give him time.
No.
Time.
Listen, it takes guards.
Give him time.
I don't like what I'm seeing from Scoot, but I've seen his game, and I think it'll take him some time. He's hurt right now already. You're talking about Wemby getting hurt. Scoot already hurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Wemby, his jump shot looks fluid.
It does. And he
how
has a
you
high
gonna
release.
block it? Yeah, you're not gonna block that. A lot of people talk about Kevin Durant and his high release point, and the inability to block that shot. Well, you're definitely it's even tougher.
At 7'4", just
guarding Wemby. I think Kevin Durant actually said something yesterday. Because they were like, oh, players are comparing Wemby to you, and he's like, nah,
there's no comparison.
There's no comparison for him. And I think the more his confidence grows, he's already seems like he's a mature kind of kid, and I'm just so impressed by him on the basketball floor, but also here mentally.
Yeah, he's mature.
He's already got that it factor.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
you know what I don't like though? I don't know who his designer is, but his fit needs to change.
Oh, his fashion, yeah.
His fit he better stay away from Kyle Kuzma and players like that. Because
what I would like to see though, it's not gonna happen this year.
Yeah,
but eventually, if he could put on some size, because he did put on some size.
He did put on some muscle.
Yeah, he did put on
like
size.
15, 16 pounds of muscle.
But I would like to see over the course of the year him become a better rebounder.
Right.
I feel like because he's 7'4", unfortunately he is kind of away from the basket on defense sometimes. So it's limiting the amount of rebounds he has. But if he could get up to that 7-8 range in rebounds and get his scoring to around 20 points per game, I mean, we could be looking at the Spurs
having
winning
another
about 37 games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Having a chance at the play-in. Yeah,
maybe. But they'll get destroyed.
I would like to see them make the play-in because it would be better for basketball to see Wemby.
The NBA would like to see that.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
Trust me.
Absolutely.
The NBA
So
would like to see that.
Listen, man, I studied the kid. I'm watching him. I'm like, man, I want to say something, but I can't. I can't.
Nah, he's good.
He's good.
Man, it takes one step from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
In the paint.
Nah, he's special.
He's good. The one negative I just said, the boy fit. There's just he came. Was the first game he looked like he came out of the Matrix. Like, he looked like
black pants.
He looked like Trinity. Like what are you doing? Like
Trinity.
What's going on? Like fix your fit, man. You got money now. Can't look like some grunge garage band punk rocker. Like what's going on here?
Should put him and Jimmy Butler together.
Nah. Look, Jimmy Butler is on my shit list. I just don't understand what's going on with him.
I think he just does it for fun.
He's a troll.
Yeah, he's
a
just
troll.
doing shit for fun.
He's 100% a troll. He's 100% a troll.
For sure.
No,
I think Wemby is special, man.
Yeah.
And don't be surprised. I know it's gonna sound, don't be surprised if this year he's an all-star.
Nah, I wouldn't be shocked.
Don't be surprised.
I wouldn't be shocked. Because so many people love him that I can see him being an all-star. Like,
I
even
can
if
see the numbers justifying it too, though. Like,
both
not
ways,
just the
yeah.
votes.
I mean, even if he's 17, 18 points a game, I can still see people voting him in. You know what I'm saying? Because he's that much of a guy that people like to see and want to succeed. Hell, I want to see the kid succeed, and he's a Spur. That says a lot, right? Like, anybody that wears that jersey, scum to me. Not as bad as the Clippers, but
even Tony Pecker.
Yeah, of course. What was that, frog eater? Get him out of here. But moving on. I saw, you showed it to me, and I was watching your phone screen, and I was amazed. I said, "Oh, I didn't realize that there was European basketball going on in the States." So it was interesting. I was like, "Oh, who's playing?" And then I see the jerseys. I said, "Wait a second. It's the NBA. Who are these teams? I don't recognize these jerseys. I don't recognize this court. Oh, that's what it is. It's this play-in tournament or this in-season tournament nonsense. Hey, Oklahoma City and the Warriors played a game tonight. Who won the game?
Warriors won.
Warriors won?
Warriors won by 2.
Now, they changed the court. They changed the jerseys. They're trying to give it a different feel because they think that it's going to help the ratings. Newsflash. It is November 3rd, 4th?
4th.
Right? Ain't nobody caring about no in-season tournament, man. Was it? I don't care. I don't care to watch the primetime game, much less this shit. Now, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to give it a chance. Because I don't want to knock something fully before I give it a real chance. But what's the point of this? There's one NBA championship trophy. I don't see the need to have an in-season tournament to do what? What is it proving? I told you months ago. Klaw knows, Fang knows. I said it. There's only one thing that can fix the NBA. Their ratings issue. One thing. And they have all these brain trust people in this room and don't realize that there's only one simple rule or one simple thing that you can just fix. It's very simple. What does NFL do in regards to what makes the NFL so special outside of the 1 games per week? Divisions matter. What makes baseball so special?
Divisions matter.
There's 162 games, so everybody complains about the length of the NBA season. That's too long. We need to shorten the games. There's 162 games in baseball, but yet divisions matter. Basketball is the only sport where we play 82 games, but division titles mean nothing. Explain. So you want to go ahead and go into conversation about the competitive balance or ratings or what's going to grab people to watch. This is your answer rather than saying, well, why don't we just do what hockey does, baseball does, and football does? Let's just make our divisions matter. If you win your division, you get a top seed. Give them the top 4 seeds in the league in your conference if you win your division. So you know what that helps? Yeah. You know what that helps? Load management. That helps teams from tanking if they're on the cusp, if they feel that they can be able to win their division. That gives teams hope. But yeah, you put this in-season tournament in for what? I don't care. It's not me as a lifer. It doesn't make me interested to watch.
So
doesn't. Go ahead.
So I would say, I have a completely different take on that, on the in-season tournament. I love it. I love it, actually. So I don't think it's so much for the fans and to boost ratings and things of that nature. I actually think it's more for the players. because this is the part of the season where everybody's kind of just going through the motions. And, this is kind of the season people feeling each other out. And there's no real, well, at least the narrative is, there's no real competitive nature in this part of the season. I think going back to what I was saying about watching WNBA so much, they do this in the WNBA.
Yes, they've been doing it for a few years now.
Commissioner's Cup, right? Yep. I can tell you, they played their asses off in those games. Mm-hmm. This year, for the Commissioner's Cup, it was the Aces versus the Liberty. And the Liberty won.
They blew the doors off of them.
And
then they got smoked.
The Aces remembered that. Yeah. Right? When the championship came, Aces took care of business. Took care of business, right? But what it did for the players, it gave them something to look forward to in the season. Because a lot of the time, especially with the NBA, you got 82 games. Man, like you said, Kawhi is like, man, I'm looking forward to the playoffs. There's some incentive here, right? You do get an extra $1 million. Now, for like people like LeBron and stuff, $1 million is like, But there's some players here that does a lot for them, right? I like what Tyrese Halliburton said. I think it was 2 days ago, where he said the winner of the in-season tournament should be guaranteed a playoff spot. My only thing with that is, there's a possibility the winner of the in-season
can win 25 games.
Can win 25 games because it's so early in the year. But I like it, man. I think it. I love the courts, like I was telling you earlier. I think it adds just some excitement, man.
It looked like 2K creations.
They got to figure that out for the next time.
Some sixth grader make that.
Yeah, they got to figure that out for the next time. But when we get off of here and you look at the box scores for all of those games today or yesterday, phenomenal games. Phenomenal game. Warriors won by 2. Blazers won by 2. Cleveland lost by like 5 or so. Very close games. All of these games were very good games and highly contested. So I'm all in for it, man. I'm all in.
Okay.
I mean, listen, 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Fridays.
All I'm going to say is I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to start watching these games, and I'm going to start having an objective opinion about it, because I don't want to be that old guy to not watch it and then criticize it. I need to see it, see how it plays, see what the atmosphere is, see if these guys are investing some real effort into it. And who knows, man? Maybe it's something that I will grow accustomed to, because they're always talking about, well, yeah, they do it in soccer.
They do it in soccer.
I don't give a damn what they do in soccer. Like, I don't care. I don't. This is basketball. Just get to the damn playoffs. That's what I care about. Find ways to get to the playoffs and make it interesting. Right? So if this is going to make this interesting, fine. Fine. Because the All-Star weekend has been shit for the last decade plus. If this,
they switched it back too.
Yeah, right. They switched it back to East or West. So we'll see if that helps, right?
I like that.
So, moving on real quick before we get into Dummy of the Week. The Rangers won the World Series. Thank you. Hey, congratulations to their first World Series championship, right? It's not what I want to talk about, though. It's not even Max Scherzer that I want to talk about, Silent Assassin. I've talked about him in nauseam, being the ops. Now he finally won a World Series. Salute to him after winning with the Nationals over. It's not what I care about. What I care about is that this was the lowest rated World Series in history. And everybody is saying, well, they need to make changes. Oh, why is nobody watching the games? It has nothing to do with there's no black players. It has nothing to do with the games weren't interesting, because they were. It has nothing to do with fans not loving the sport of baseball. It's about nobody gives a shit about the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's what happens when you have certain cities that end up being in the finals of a sport. We've seen the Spurs and the Pistons have one of the best series that we've seen in 2005, right? It's great. Went to Game 7. Robert Horry had his theatrics in there, right? It was the lowest rated NBA Finals in history. because you had Spurs and the Pistons. It had nothing to do with the play. Games were great. Cities matter. So people are telling the commissioner that they need to change the playoff format. No, you don't. I think baseball, like hockey, gets it right. Is that baseball and hockey, it's about getting in. Doesn't matter if you're the top seed or the last seed. It's about getting in the playoffs. Because anybody can win the championship in those leagues. I would love for basketball to get to that point. May not, because it's a different sport, how it's played. Football, the same thing. You know, it's a one game, but we kind of know who the best teams are, who's going to win, you know, year to year. But there's nothing wrong with baseball in regards to the ratings. It's about that just nobody cares about these teams. And if you had the Mets going against the Yankees, it would have been the highest rated World Series in recent memory, if not ever, right? So it's about the teams that play. It's not about the sports, it's not about the players, it's not about changing this. It's just about who's playing. And it's sad to say that the Texas Rangers won and immediately nobody cares. They're already talking about the offseason, where Shohei's gonna go, what the Mets are gonna do, who they're gonna hire as manager, who the Yankees are gonna get, who they're gonna trade for. Nobody cares about the Rangers. That's just the way it goes. Sometimes teams that win are not significant enough to move the needle in their own sport. Just like the Denver Nuggets. They won an NBA championship, and everybody was talking about how the Lakers didn't play well. Yeah. They talked about this, like, it's just the way it goes in regards to sports. Some teams don't move the needle, and it's okay. You got the championship, celebrate, but nobody gives a shit, and that's okay. Now it's time for the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy, yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask who is the Dummy of the Week. Klaw.
Hey.
You've been very quiet. Who you got?
Yeah, basketball. It's it's a whole other sport.
Yeah.
I got Kim K.
What does she do?
I mean, apparently she's selling girdles to basketball players, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Skims.
Underwear.
Now, hold on. Let me ask a question. Is this as bad as when men were wearing Uggs?
It's worse.
Men still wear Uggs.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like, is it? I still don't find it acceptable.
I don't have Uggs, but
I don't find it acceptable.
Each his own.
So if a man wears Skims when it's a woman's brand, isn't it?
No, it's just a woman-owned brand. But
right.
they have
okay, so they always had men's stuff.
I have Fenty underwear.
That's Fenty,
like Rihanna brand. So it's like sort of the same thing.
Yeah, it's just
don't compare Rihanna to.
Well, I'm just saying it's a female-owned brand that actually makes men's clothes.
Yeah, but don't do that.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I don't like it either.
I just don't like that it's involved with the NBA.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like it.
It should have been involved. It should have been involved with the WNBA.
Should have been Hanes.
But you see, even Kim Kardashian, Kim Kardashian don't want to deal with the WNBA. See that? See, she skips the WNBA, goes right to the top. I don't like that. I don't like that. Take steps. Right, go here first, and see how that works, and then go up to the penthouse. But what I don't like, if we're gonna stay on the Kim K stuff, is that she hiring nannies. Male nannies, mannies to be influences for her children. What is wrong with these rich people that they can just be able to try to change the narrative about raising kids?
Everything has a price.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah,
you can buy it even
Sucks.
if you don't have it.
Even if you don't have it. Fang, what you got?
Number 1, Little Kim.
What'd she do?
She took her panties off while performing and threw them into the crowd.
You wouldn't cash it?
Nobody want that shit.
You wouldn't cash that?
Hell no.
All right, let me ask a question before we go to break. You wouldn't send it?
Nah, no way.
So you would let it land on the floor?
I would dodge it.
Did you dodge it like she dodged it?
Was it the 5 Ds? Dodge.
It's like boomerang. Strong J. Remember when Strong J took off on
Yeah. Oh.
Did you do the Little Kim dance when you would dodge that? Like
yeah, pretty much. Like,
you lying, bro.
You should have been on camera for that one.
Yeah, he's lying. I don't believe him.
But Little Kim, bro,
you would sniff it.
Nah, son, good. All the way good.
Oh man.
Might smell like plastic.
See? So you're already thinking about it.
No, I'm
see?
just saying, like, you know, you ever smell burning plastic?
We got him.
You ever smell burning plastic? Does not smell good.
You have another one, correct?
It's a carcinogen.
You have another one, correct?
Yes, I do.
What is the other one, Fang?
Marvel.
Oh.
Yes. Because they're reconsidering. I'm sorry, they're considering recasting and removing Jonathan Majors because of these assault allegations.
That this is new?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Oh, you want me to say something else?
No, I thought you were going to say something else about Marvel.
Oh, no.
Because they were talking about recasting Iron Man and the Black Widow and putting them back into the DC universe, so Marvel universe, like reviving them and doing another Avengers film.
And the two guys that stole 45 things of oxtail from the supermarket.
Oh, I saw that. Saw that.
Yo, oxtail is expensive, so I side with them.
Yep.
Oxtail fucking expensive.
Some commissary.
It's expensive.
They're eating bologna now.
Yeah. They gonna have oxtail for a while, right?
Not eating bologna.
Oh my god, yo. But yeah, so they trying to rescind Jonathan Majors. I mean, why? How can they do that now if there's no new allegations of what he's doing? He's already been vilified. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's literally like shown that he's not the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the point of doing this?
Exactly. That's why they're the dummies.
But it's the cancel culture.
Yeah.
Like they don't wanna offend any side. That's why Marvel does weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they have certain things in their movies that are because they're appeasing to both sides of it. They don't want to offend anybody, which is nonsense. What happened to the times where we used to be able to just live normal lives? Where we can be able to say things and not have to worry about being canceled by some guy in his mother's basement that eats nachos every day.
You know what I remember? I think it was I want to say it had to be like 2008, 2009 when people were talking about the pussification of America.
Yes.
Right?
The trophy kids?
Yeah.
My son deserves the trophy.
Yeah.
He was on the team.
Now, your son lost.
Your son is not talented, ma'am.
Your son fucking lost.
Your son's not talented.
Like, everybody doesn't need a trophy.
Right.
Like,
some people are just not good.
Prepare people for life.
Right.
You're not always going to win.
Right. But some people are just not good at certain things. Your son has a 9th place ribbon. You going to hang that up in your fucking living room? You go ahead and do that. You're going to raise somebody who quiet quits at every job. So what you going to do? Clippers. Losers. That's what you're going to raise? You're going to raise Clippers.
I got to be Fang for a second. You know when I noticed things started changing?
Don't do it.
When same-sex couples started adopting children.
I'm not going to allow you to do that on the show.
That's when it happened.
I'm not going to allow you to do that on the show.
That's when it happened. Because you get the everybody's oversensitive now.
It was before that.
It's oversensitive. That made it 10 times worse. 2 women. Oh, well, my son. No. Let the father be the guy to say, listen, this is the way it works in the world.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, listen, I would be the guy to tell my kid, you know, when he gets to that age, if this is it, when my son is a handsome kid, right? But if he wasn't, I would say, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, son. You need to be funny or athletic, because whatever you have going on up here, it's not gonna work for you. So, you know, certain things that you can think you can get away with looks, you don't have that ability, right? So you need to go ahead and find another lane. That's me being a real father, giving you the truth. I'm not telling you, hey, don't worry about what anybody says about you. You are beautiful, okay? That's a lie. That's a who's that? Grimace? That's a lie. That's a lie. Because that's not the truth. We have to be honest with each other. That's the only way you get better. If you're playing basketball and you're playing against guys that are better than you and they whooping your ass, you can learn from that, right? I need to get better because I'm playing guys that are better than me. If I'm playing guys that are less talented than me and I look better, I'll never get better in life. I'll never get better because I'm always going to think I'm a man until I get on the court with some real ballers.
I'm going to tell you something funny because, like, granted, like, I haven't experienced it because I don't live in one of these towns.
Right.
Like, I work with a lot of people that live in, like, these towns out east where it's like
things are different.
Just throwing an example out there, like the Mineola moms. Like, it'll be like a Facebook group, the Mineola moms. And they go in there and they talk about, oh, well, this happened and John did this and this. Like, it's just nothing but people complaining and whining over the stupidest shit.
See, it'd be those women that complain about what's going on in their little towns and their husbands drive to... Their husbands drive to Hunts Point.
Right.
And go get exercised every day. And they don't realize what's going on in their own home. It's just the way it goes. So, yeah. So they get the
dummy. Yeah.
Marvel got to do better. I've been off the Marvel train for some years now because they're just, like you said, pussified. Silent Assassin, who you got? No, don't you do that. Don't you do that. I am not giving you the dummy. Nope. I'm going to hold this button because you know why? Jacob deGrom signed with Texas because, hey, listen, he's more of a quiet guy. He doesn't like the big city. I understand that. He ain't win no World Series. He's home. Okay? He's home on a couch with a messed up elbow. He ain't do nothing to make the Texas Rangers win the World Series. They took off after he got hurt. So I don't care about him. He ain't win no World Series.
Wait. Come on, you got to give it to him.
Why?
You got to give it to him. He's on the team.
He ain't do nothing.
So? There's a lot of times Robert Horry didn't do too much.
That's a lie. Robert Horry did exactly what he needed to do when it was time for him to do something.
Big shot.
They paid him for the playoffs. They ain't playing for the regular season.
Yeah, big shot Horry. Yeah, you're right.
Jacob deGrom did nothing.
Well, I don't like baseball anyway, so fuck him.
He can get the staff ring. That's what he can get. The guy that throws the towels, he can be able to get the same ring that guy gets. You ain't getting no real ring. You wasn't on no World Series roster.
The towel boy gets
a
ring?
Every staff member gets a ring.
Really?
He get that one.
For throwing towels?
You were part of the organization. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The ticket stub guy. Ring. Get that one.
Really?
Jacob deGrom.
I didn't know
Give me a break.
Rings.
Give me a break. So, Nicole, I'm not giving you the dummy. But I will give you the dummy for trying to sympathize with Jacob deGrom.
Dummy.
You get that. All right? Damn that. Okay?
Damn, Nicole.
I'm not doing that.
Don't do that to
How
Nicole.
dare her? Jacob deGrom. You want to apologize to him? No. Not going there. I know you don't have a dummy.
Nah, I got one.
Oh, you do?
I just thought of it.
Okay.
I'll go with Chris Bouchard.
Oh, yes.
That dumb shit he did on
the R word that he threw out on TV.
So the R word, very insensitive.
Yes.
But also how he tried to
walk it back.
And
Yes.
say, my cousin was developmental.
And so it's like saying I have a black friend.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to give him that. I don't know if he got any consequences for that, but
he probably got a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, probably. So I give him that, and then the other one is rest in peace to everybody. It was just a dumb situation. The dude who killed his neighbors.
Oh yeah,
was in Brooklyn in
man.
Flatbush. And then a couple days later, the cops found him and killed him.
Right.
I don't know if y'all saw that video.
Yeah, it was unfortunate, man.
Man, that's just that's tough. That's the whole situation.
It's just unfortunate. Yeah, sad.
That's just
sad.
Dummy of the week for that situation.
Nah, 100%.
Not to the victims, obviously.
100%.
And yeah, Chris Bouchard for that.
100%. Yeah.
Also, I recall being able to say the R word with no repercussion. So I think that's part of more pussification.
Well, listen,
we're not trying. You know what people mean when they say that.
I do. I understand what you mean, but I can tell you from my personal self, right? I stopped using that word years ago, even before my son was born, right? So my son's autistic. Everybody knows I've talked about this vehemently and openly on my show in my life. I don't use that word anymore because even if I know what context I'm using it in, I don't like it because it still has that stigma of what it used to be, right? Is that people still are not aware of how intelligent autistic people are. So they tend to associate that word with them, which is not the right thing to do.
I think you're 100% incorrect. Because I think people do realize how smart autistic people are.
I don't think everybody does,
I really
bro.
do think
I
so.
think you're very, not everybody is open-minded like that unless you have somebody in your life that affects you that way.
The word is being used in a negative
Exactly.
connotation. Especially the way Chris Bouchard used
Right.
it. You know
It's still used in that negative context. It's not being used in like a playful way. It's being used that you don't have a functioning brain. That's why they use it. And that came from people that were autistic. You understand what I'm saying? So it still has the same connotation. And people who don't understand that, trust me, I deal with it every day. A lot of people are not educated with that. So yes, Chris Broussard got to hold that.
Dummy.
I have my dummy of the week. May I have the drum roll, please? And the winner for dummy of the week, North Dakota woman fatally poisons boyfriend hours after he inherited $30 million. She is my
dummy. Yeah.
Now the reason why she is because she thought that he inherited $30 million. He actually did. So she smoked him, and it was just a lie. So she thought he was gonna get $30 million.
Wow.
Poisoned the man, and it was all a scam.
But that's just her boyfriend, right? Not her husband.
Yes.
What a dummy.
So what would she have got?
But I think he might have maybe had her, maybe told her that she was the
beneficiary.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That is crazy. What a spin, right? You tell your shorty, oh yeah, look, I'm about to get some bread, and then they look at you like, yeah, all right, cool, I'm about to get some bread, and then they end up getting you out of the picture, thinking that they gonna get the bread, and then the cops say there is no bread, and then the warden hands you bread.
That's crazy.
Then the warden hands you bread to eat every day, the same time for the next 30 years. That's crazy. That's a bar. That is a bar. Listen, that's why, you gotta be careful with who you tell things to, who you lay with, and who you eat food from. Because you never know who has it out for you. Klaw, I love you, right? I'd never poison your bird food. I wouldn't. I appreciate you too much as a confidant, as a friend. So you never have to worry about that with me. There's other people in your life, I don't know. You might have to side eye. Same thing with me. I gotta look at people differently. Like, I just made this tuna casserole. Nah, man. You ain't never made no tuna casserole before.
Or mayonnaise.
Oh, yeah. Or mayonnaise. Right?
Hey.
Like thing.
People can try new things,
Oh, so you're open to trying mayonnaise now.
Shut yourself up.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, listen, I just asked questions. You see how he wants to turn on me and make it seem crazy? All I did was ask a question, fang. That's all I did. I didn't do nothing crazy. You are open to trying new things. You know who else? You know what? Let me just leave it alone. I want to end on that note. So for people that are in relationships, for people that think that you can be able to get away with crimes, there's too many crime docs out there for people to realize that these things don't work anymore, right? There was this video I saw. This man recorded his wife every morning putting bleach in his coffee. For 6 months, she would put bleach in the coffee machine.
Wow.
Trying to kill this man. Sent the tape to the cops. They arrested her.
Why you waited all the way till 6 months?
It's like a RICO. You building a RICO, right? So you have to know. You just have to be careful of who you go to bed with, and who wants to make mayonnaise for you, and who wants to take 6 weeks off the pod and then come back and offer you pizza, and tell you that you can't have any of his icy because it's his, and he brought certain things so you can't touch his icy. I don't appreciate that, Fang. I don't. Okay?
Whatever.
Anything that you bring here is fair game for the team.
Bro, there was one spoon. It was one cup.
There's spoons upstairs I could have got.
You're not eating out of my cup.
Is that what you told the guy that made the mayonnaise?
No one made mayonnaise.
No?
No. What are you talking about?
I'm just asking questions.
No one made mayonnaise.
Okay. So, yes, that girl gets the...
Dummy, yeah.
Fang!
Yeah.
It's been a while. I need Fang's thoughts.
All right. First off, if you have a baby on board sticker on the back of your car, go f yourself. Because most people with baby on board stickers on their car drive like complete fucking assholes. I swear, I just want to take a...
But here's the thing. If you throw it through the window, there is a baby on...
No, the baby's not always in the car. But you get what I'm saying. You get the gist of it. But I swear to you, like, the people with these stickers on their car are the biggest assholes.
I think that people that have stickers on their cars, period, are assholes. Like, why would you defame your car to put Trump stickers and other stuff on your car?
There's a group of people
Adelphi University. Well, you went there. I don't care if you went there.
Well, my son is on the honor roll.
Right.
You know what? I can respect that.
Why?
You're proud of your child. You want to put the honor roll thing. I can get that. But the baby on board, it doesn't give you the right to drive like an asshole.
But the baby on
you
board
want us? Wait, you want me to be safe?
Yes.
While you drive like an asshole?
Yes.
No.
So you're willing to drive reckless behind the baby on board
to prove a point.
See what I'm saying? You're just a menace. That's all it is. You're just a menace. Did you have another one?
You told me not to talk about it.
Okay, so we're gonna end it there. Before we get out of here, I'd like to make a comment. Is that Tyson Fury lost that fight?
Yes,
he did.
Without a doubt.
I don't give a damn what nobody tell me. I know that I'm not going to use the word R. I'm not going to say rigged or whatever. But he lost that fight. He got his ass whooped by Francis Ngannou, and you know that he's not taking a rematch. He will never take a rematch against Francis Ngannou because he knows that dude is the hardest puncher in the world. There's nobody that punches harder than that dude. Boxing, MMA, no one. So, it's just you see the politics of boxing right in front of you, right? Everybody on planet Earth knew that Fury lost. But what was on the line for him to lose, right? The big matchup with that, what's his name? Usyk, right? And other things down the road, right? If he loses that fight, that Usyk fight goes out the window.
Well, bigger than that,
yeah,
the best heavyweight,
right?
Lost to somebody that has never boxed.
That's
professionally,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
That will make your sport look very, very weak.
And that fight didn't really gross us that much.
No.
Fight didn't gross that much.
So the fact that it didn't gross that much, and he got outboxed and really didn't show. You can tell that he didn't show up to train for that fight.
And
you know what I'm saying?
If they did have a rematch, he would beat Ngannou.
Yeah, but even still, it's like, bruh, come on now. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to say that Fury, That's my man. I love the
got
Gypsy King,
robbed,
but
bro.
he
got
lost. He lost. I gotta call a spade a spade. Klaw, I think we play this week in fantasy, and I'm about to shut this league down. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down because I'm not successful. I'm not gonna win. So,
After you rigged the draft.
how did I rig the draft? Has it worked in my favor?
Well, you tried to set it
Has
up
it
that way.
worked in my favor?
You tried to set it up that way. He gave himself the first pick.
And you end up having the best team in the league.
Well, you gave yourself the first pick. You thought you were doing the right. You thought you
I
were
did
setting
not.
It, up, but
it
you
was
wrong.
randomized,
It wasn't
an
randomized.
hour before the
It
draft.
doesn't say
I do
that.
not
It
pick
doesn't say
this
that in
thing.
the rules. It says
It does.
It was picked by you.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. I swear to God.
No, it doesn't.
I looked at it. It says you picked the draft.
You go
order.
ahead and show me.
All right, I'll bring it up.
You go ahead
It
and show
says
me.
you picked the draft order.
You go ahead and show me. Lies. Okay.
100% sure. 'Cause I looked at it.
Good.
He tried to rig the draft.
I do
His
not
team
rig
is
anything.
Fucking basuda.
I'm 4-4. I'm okay.
4-4.
So until next week, stay safe, stay cool. Peace.
My son is the champ, so get over it.